Tickets. We've got seagulls flying over the ocean.
Ooh.
Sounds like it's going to be very peaceful, doesn't it? Love this. Ah, I knew it. Wow.
Oh man,
That's like a beautiful dream, isn't
I
it?
love. Can we get one more round of that? That was amazing.
Please, can we get one
That's so relaxing.
What? It sounds like somebody's touching those seagulls inappropriately.
I want to go to bed to
I
that.
really enjoy. Oh, I know. Maybe we could do an endless mix.
All that's missing is one of those.
Boy, that would be great. You know, have that the Jupiter Seafood Festival. You're right there on the ocean, and you got those peaceful seagulls until they come and eat your bread bowl. It's all good.
Denny's, can you make me a 60-minute loop of that?
Just so you can
60-minute
sleep?
loop.
I'm not kidding. I'm going to bed to that.
Yeah.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Hello and happy Wednesday. How is everybody doing here today?
You.
What's going on? Good morning. Here we go. Getting ourselves to the weekend. Exciting stuff going on. I know I'm pretty pumped today. Today is Wednesday the 12th. As we cruise to Valentine's Day. Today is the first day for pitchers and catchers, I believe. In fact, I think everybody might have to be in for spring training now.
They should be. It's getting pretty close.
Yeah, is how it should be going. I was going to go last night to the Garden Hill Suites or whatever it's called, that Hilton that is right there where the Astros owner he owns the hotel, and it's where the Astros stay.
Is it right there on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Okay, that's so funny because that's where we put up the auctioneer. We brought in a live auctioneer from Philadelphia for our Little Smile Stars ball, Jeff Hammond. Amazing.
He was great.
He
Yeah.
is so good. I'm obsessed with him. We already signed him for next year. Like,
wow.
That's how much I'm just in love with this guy. But that's where we put him up. That was the hotel where he stayed. So I love that hotel. It is so cute. It's brand new.
It is, yeah.
Everything's sparkly and clean. I love a new hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very affordable. It was half the price of the Hilton downtown on Okeechobee. No offense, but literally they wanted double the amount that I paid on Palm Beach Lakes. Just
It's a good little deal. It's not far away.
0.8 of a mile, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really not that far for half the price.
And you got the outlets right there.
Yeah, the outlets are there. All those food choices, shopping choices.
Yeah.
You got Target.
Yeah. So that was kind of our plan last night. We're going to go stalk the Astros, see who was maybe down and maybe mingling by the bar, night before.
There's a nice little bar in there. There's a cute little lobby.
Yeah.
They got a whole snack bar set up, Jay Bird. You would love it.
Ask them about the 2017 season. See what they say.
Yeah, the cheating scandal that is going on.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I'd say it's a big story.
Big story.
Yeah, and sports is going on. And now some of the people from the 2017 season are starting to crack
Oh yeah.
and roll over and now apologize. None of the current players on the Astros have apologized for the cheating scandal. By the way, that was the year that was their first year in the ballpark of the Palm Beaches, and how amazing was it that they won the World Series? And that very first year, they've got that big old shiny sign out in left field there at the spring training home. And now who knows what will happen with that, because it's all called into question that they were cheating at home by stealing signs and then using electronic devices to tip off batters before the pitch came to them so they knew exactly what was coming their way. And their numbers are a lot more impressive at home than they were away that year.
I mean, there's rumors of them wearing buzzers. There's all kinds of stuff that's out there.
Yeah, now there's a former Astros hitter, Marwin Gonzalez, that admitted to cheating. He's apologizing and saying he's remorseful for everything that happened in 2017. He said, everything that we did as a group and for the players that were affected directly by doing this, I'm sorry. Dallas Keuchel previously had apologized for cheating, and he's no longer with the team.
We have the audio of him, but you kind of just nailed it.
Yeah.
It's basically what you said.
I got it all, huh?
Yeah, you kind of don't even need to play it.
I'm better than the actual guy. I'm better than him. Yeah. I saw yesterday there was a player that is suing the Astros, claiming that he got shelled so badly in a game against the Astros because they were cheating. He got fired that day because he was so terrible, and he had to move his whole family to Japan and has never been the same since. And he's blaming it on the Astros cheating.
Is it that crazy? I mean, if you're a pitcher and everybody knows what's coming,
Yeah.
it really does give a disadvantage to the pitcher, Virginia.
Yeah. So if you go over there to see the Astros players, you have a topic of conversation. I'm sure they'd be happy to talk about the 2017 cheating scandal.
And just know this, right around like 4 p.m., they put out this big thing of hot, fresh cookies.
Oh, really?
Because I was over there, me and Rocco were checking in the auctioneer right around 4. Massive thing of hot, fresh cookies.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, we ate about 6 of them.
So there you go. We're starting off your Wednesday already with a couple great insider pieces of advice here.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, coming up in just a second, I've got a little update for you on the Jussie Smollett case. Some new stuff dropped yesterday. What happened? I'll fill you in coming up in a sec. Before we get into that, Justin Bieber started a very cool trend after he bought some cartoon Kobe Bryant tribute art. He spotted the piece at an art shop in LA. He paid $1,200, and then he, of course, posted pictures of that on Instagram. The cartoon Kobe is a teddy bear wearing Kobe's signature Nikes and a Mamba hoodie, and wearing, of course, the Lakers jersey, and has a basketball. And thanks to Justin Bieber's post, interest for the artist grew. They started selling other versions of the piece and ended up selling enough to make a $12,480 donation to Kobe's foundation. So that's awesome.
That is nice.
In other news, here's a little bit, a musical snack for you, a little musical breakfast. Do you want to know what it sounded like when the Backstreet Boys sang and got signed for the first time? Well, here they are performing the song that got them signed.
Satisfaction. That was my jam back in high school.
You like it?
Oh, I loved that song.
Was that Boyz II Men that did that?
No, that was Shy.
Shy did that. Okay.
If I Ever Fall in Love.
Yeah,
Gosh,
okay. I couldn't place it.
That was such a hit, too.
That was a great song.
Did a young Jerry Bird ever sing that to a lady?
No. I did not have much game in 9th grade.
I think you kind of need the harmonies.
You did.
To really make it
You
powerful.
needed a couple friends.
I did, and nobody could sing around me.
And finally here, Jussie Smollett was indicted by...
I believe it's Juicy.
Juicy?
Juicy Smollett, yes.
Yes.
I think it's Jussie.
It's juicy.
It's Juicy, yes. If you like Dave Chappelle, it's Juicy.
He was indicted, whatever you want to call him. He was indicted by a special prosecutor nearly a year now after the initial charges were dropped, and they said it was a hoax and all that. Now they have come back. A grand jury has hit him with 6 counts of disorderly conduct for staging racist and homophobic hate crimes and then lying to police about it. So this will be interesting to see how it all plays out. He still stands by the story that it was a real attack and he did not know those 2 guys. But those 2 guys have come out and said, yeah, it was us and we knew him.
Seems like everybody's got the story straight except for Juicy.
Yeah.
This is different than the 2 guys, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they'll work it out in court, I guess. And that's what's going on in your Dirt of the Day.
You're listening to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you think about today, Jay Bird?
2 days in a row, I have seen an alligator in the same spot when I'm walking Chewy, and this is a big one. It's not a small-looking gator, and I saw people. It looked like they were the people by the little lake area were throwing food at it. So I think it's getting all humanized, and it's understanding. Oh, humans are giving me food, and that's how they get all brazen with us humans.
Did you take a picture of it?
I have video of it. Yeah,
Oh.
it's. I mean, you can barely see it on KVJ TV because there's a huge glare. But yeah, It's a big one.
Are you sure it's not one of those remote control gator heads? I saw that on Instagram the other
Oh,
day.
yeah, that's a fun prank, isn't
Oh,
it?
that's amazing. This
Yeah.
dude had this remote control gator
Yeah.
head, and he was scaring the crap out of everyone along the shoreline.
Anything is possible. I mean, you're talking to the guy who thought that fake bird in the middle of the lake.
It was the bird that holds up the drainage pipe. It was a duck.
Yeah, it was a duck and then another
Plastic duck.
a bird landed on the duck, and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at this.
They're buddies.
They're getting along. It's like me and Denny's. It's like two birds together, and it was a fake duck. I posted it on Instagram. I was all excited. So I don't know. It could be a fake gator. It looks real. I'm pretty sure it's real. Yeah, but don't feed gators. My question was, if you got caught feeding a gator, what's the penalty? Can you get arrested for that?
Yeah, I think it's an arm.
I think you can get in trouble. I don't think you're allowed to feed gators. That's like a law.
You definitely can't feed them. But I mean, what's the sentence?
I think they have to see you doing it. Like someone from Florida Fish and Wildlife has to like visibly see you doing it. And then maybe they can give you a fish and wildlife ticket.
Well, 2 days in a row, gators, same spot. I think they're fascinating. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
I think it's scary if you have a dog. You better be careful.
Oh, I don't let Chewy near there.
Those things will come out the water and snatch a dog quick.
I know.
Yeah, it's a piece of advice for anybody that is not aware of the waterways in Florida, especially South Florida. Yeah, don't walk your dogs near them.
Someone told me anywhere there's water in Florida, there's a gator there. Somewhere along the line, there's going to be a gator.
Horrifying.
Virginia, what you got on your mind today?
Well, yesterday we had to go pick up Rocco from school because his school called and said that he had a fever and he was coughing. And so Panda went and got him. And then when I got home, Panda went back to work. It was a whole thing. But I really think it's allergies because I gave him allergy medicine as soon as I got home. And then he was fine. So are we bad if we send him back to school today? And can you get a fever from allergies?
I didn't know that. I've never heard of that. I don't know much I don't have allergies. I'm not an expert on them, but I've never heard that said.
Well, he was coughing from the nasal drip, and his sister has that. I have that. Panda has that. Like, that's real. That's a thing. But I think, like, as soon as I put the allergy medicine in him, he was fine yesterday. So if I take him back to school this morning, are they going to be like, wait a minute?
Yeah. What's going on here?
Because he was fine the whole rest of the day. Like, he was bouncing around. We went on walks. We went playing. We went to Publix. We went here. Went
Yeah.
there. He, seriously, as soon as he got the allergy medicine in him, no more coughing, no more fever, no more nothing.
That's interesting. I don't know. I'm no medical expert, but I do know that there is heightened sensitivities about fevers and things like that going on right
And
now.
I agree. I'm the same way. Like, I don't think anybody with a fever should be at school. But, I mean, as soon as he had the allergy meds, he was fine.
I'm no medical expert either, but I'm still going to give you some advice. I think he's fine, but I've had allergies before, and I felt like I had a fever. I don't know.
That's what Panda was saying. He's like, I always would get like a temperature from allergies, and I would get like inflamed on my face and puffy.
Well,
and-
you're run down, so, I mean, maybe you just get temperature. I mean, I get temperatures a lot. I'm always in the 101 range.
You know, they
You're
raised.
just always hot.
They raised the average temperature. It used to be like 98.6.
Yeah, what was that? I saw something on that. What is that all about?
They raised it. Like the average temperature now of people has gone up a little
Well,
bit.
how does that happen? What does
I
that
don't
mean?
know. Are
Is
we
this,
just running hotter?
is this
are.
more global warming?
We're so angry. We're so heated up.
It's because of social media.
Yes. Well, what's the average now?
I think it's a little bit higher. I'll have to look and see the exact number.
Oh, that's
but
crazy.
It was in the news this past week.
But is it really that? I mean, is that big of a deal?
Kind of. I mean, it's like, okay, what's going on?
Okay.
People been 98.6 for a while.
Yeah.
What's going on?
That doesn't seem like something that just would change.
Yeah, why are we running hotter? Is it social media?
That is odd.
I feel like when I'm mad, my temperature does rise.
Me too.
Yeah.
You feel a flush.
I would think so because I think your blood pressure increases, right? And
Yeah.
then the blood flow, I think sometimes is linked to heat, right?
Maybe we're all just running hot.
Maybe
Yeah.
we're smarter than we think we are. We sound very smart right now. Right?
I don't know.
One quick note on the gator thing and feeding the gators. Yes, if they ever do catch that gator, they have to put it down rather than relocate it.
if someone feeds it?
Yeah, once you feed it, they put them down. So you're
killing the gator.
Yeah, you're giving the gator a death sentence. Yeah,
That's not cool.
No, in fact, there's a story today. A family in Northport, Florida, they found a 7-foot alligator next to their car in their garage. They called the cops. The gator was captured and they relocated it to a nearby canal because it hadn't been conditioned on being fed. But once it does, then apparently that changes the gator's swagger, and they just find at that point they just got to kill him.
Well, I also heard that gator cooperated with the cops too, so
Yeah, probably.
it made it easier for everybody.
He's very friendly. Yeah. What I got on my mind here today, have you ever woken up at a pinnacle point of a dream and you just wanted to fall back asleep to get right to that point again?
Yes.
Oh, it was so disappointing this morning. I don't even really know what was going on, but I was at a point where I'd ordered this amazing dessert. I was so excited.
You ordered a dessert?
Because this is only going to happen in my dreams. I don't do this in real life. I don't even have cheat meals anymore. This is so unfair because this is the only place I can cheat when it comes to eating bad food. And I'd ordered this Rice Krispie treat ice cream.
Oh.
Virginia, it was like a big old Rice Krispie treat mixed in with vanilla ice cream.
Fat Kevin.
Oh my
sounds
gosh.
lovely.
Oh, I've never seen it, never heard of anything like this.
You know why you had that dream? We were talking.
don't know.
We were talking about food yesterday a lot.
But we talk about food a lot every day.
But in great detail. In fact, I had a conversation with Fat Kevin on the podcast.
But you do almost every day.
Yes, you summon him multiple times a morning.
Something felt special about yesterday's convo.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. All I know is, oh my gosh, and I was trying so hard to get back to sleep so that I could get to that delicious Rice Krispie treat ice cream.
Sometimes when I've been being really good on my diet and I haven't cheated at all,
Yeah.
I will have dreams about cheating because it's like you've deprived yourself so much that your body it craves it.
And I'm craving it. I've never, is there such a thing?
I'm looking it
I
up.
can make it for you.
I'm looking it up right now.
Rice Krispie treat ice cream I could make.
It was so amazingly textured. Like, it was perfectly, and that was the trick, where it was just seamless. It was a perfect blend of Rice Krispie treat and ice cream. And vanilla ice. I was like, oh my gosh.
There's several recipes online. Virginia, without a doubt, would knock this out of
It's
the
a
ballpark.
Rice Krispie treat ice cream,
And
like
you-
vanilla ice cream. Because it was so vivid. Like, I could smell it, and I was about ready to take it was heading to my mouth, and I was like, oh, and like, and I woke up, my eyes open, I'm like, no.
Even in your dream, you stop yourself from
I
enjoying.
do.
Now, Fat Kevin, there's a few ways we can prepare this. You
Yeah.
can make it as a scoop with the Rice Krispie in it with your vanilla, or you can make little squares like a Rice Krispie sandwich with your ice cream in the middle. I recommend that. I'm looking
Yeah.
at the pictures. It looks amazing.
In my dream, and I don't know how it was done, but it was perfectly blended. Maybe what it was is you take a Rice Krispie treat and it would kind of be diced up a little bit and then perfectly whipped. And it was a light whipped kind of, you know how ice cream can be light and fluffy and whipped?
I can make it because your wife, Kim,
Yeah.
the Mexican queen, she gave me an ice cream maker one year.
It would have been that kind of ice cream. Yeah, that light, really
Yes.
fluffy whipped, and it would be like little chunks
Homemade.
of, yeah.
Oh.
How good would that be, huh?
Look how happy you are.
Oh, food is great.
Bring him back.
Yeah.
Bring Fat
Oh,
Kevin back.
I'd have to, since I got cheated in a dream, I'd have to at least have a bite of that.
You would.
Please make this, please.
Sure.
Look how happy our boy is.
Oh,
Come
I know.
on.
He hasn't smiled like that in months.
It was, gosh.
He's beaming.
I was just like, man, I couldn't wait for that.
Aw.
If you love cereal infused treats, there's a couple things for you to check out. There's a new white chocolate Easter bunny for sale with little pieces of Fruit Loops mixed into the chocolate.
Ooh, okay.
Something to keep an eye out for. And there's also a new Magic Fruity Pebbles on sale now. They're all pink, but somehow they turn the milk blue. Virginia, you would love that.
That's disgusting.
I'm very into it.
Chemically, I don't understand how that's
Chemically
possible.
gross and repulsive.
That means it tastes amazing. If there's that many chemicals, it tastes unbelievable.
Not always.
I'm going to try it.
Yeah, well, thank you for going out on a limb for us.
Try it. He's an investor.
Yes. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, what are those little things that can instantly ruin your day? Ever have a day and you're just like, and right off the bat, something happens. What are the top things that get people's day going sideways? We'll let you know next.
What's hot now on the KVJ Show?
Valentine's Day is coming up on Friday, and if you would like to give a shout out to a loved one on Friday morning on the KVJ show, you can record a message we will play on the radio. What you do, download the free WRMF app, and under the hamburger menu in the upper right-hand corner, it's not a menu actually for hamburger shaver, this is what they call it, there is a thing that says 97.9 WRMF mic drop. It will send a message to us that we can play on the radio. So you've got to get those to us by the end of Thursday. Close of business on Thursday. That'd be 5 p.m. if you want to play it on the radio Friday morning. But just download that WRMF app for free right now. Under the menu, look for Mic Drop and send us your message for Valentine's Day.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
This might change your mornings and how you wake up. Do you guys wake up to a sound, a beep, an alarm kind of thing? Do you wake up to a song? What is it that stirs you in the morning, Virginia?
I do the alarm on my iPhone that starts out like...
Oh, yes, the gentle...
And then it gets like a little bit loud. And if you don't pay attention to it, then it full on wakes up everybody in the house.
Got you, yeah.
But I hear it right. I'm a super light sleeper.
I'm that way, too. Yeah, so it doesn't take much. So I do whatever that is, tinkling or...
Yeah, tinkling. Yeah, someone standing on the side of your bed peeing on you.
Yes.
Very peaceful.
That will get me up in a pissed mood.
Yes, it's true. It should. What do you do to wake up, Jay Bird?
I usually awake from a night terror or a ghost rips me out of my sleep.
Okay, so you don't set any kind of alarm? Just
Yeah, I've not set an alarm in about 10 years.
Really?
I wake up.
You just are awoken to the feeling of horror.
I wake up every hour on the hour.
Oh, okay, really?
That's terrible.
That is
I
terrible.
have for the longest time.
Yeah, that's no way to live.
It's
That really is
my
really
only-
not.
It's my
No.
only way.
Because your body is never really getting that true
No.
healing, regenerative, or however you say it. Like your body's supposed to like regenerate cells while you're doing that REM sleep, and if you never get it, no wonder you're all jacked up.
Look, if you don't think I want to be dreaming about Rice Krispie ice cream, of course, if I could turn it that way, I would.
See, that's what happens when you can sleep.
I know.
Yeah, things turn around for you. According to a recent study, they found that waking up to music instead of a beeping sound makes us more alert in the morning. They actually thought it'd be the other way around. They think that the repetitive beeping sounds might mess with our brain waves at the crucial moment when we're transitioning from being asleep to being awake.
It's harsh. It's a lot better to wake up with
Yeah.
than beep, 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 beep.
That just sounds like murder, murder, murder.
Yeah, I'm so happy that alarms have evolved from, remember, like you used to keep that alarm clock on your bedside and it would go beep,
Yeah.
beep, beep.
Yeah.
You have to get up or throw something at it.
It was awful, and it starts you agitated. Of course, that's bad for you.
Yeah, that's not good at all. Now, I don't know if you have a phone that can do that. I will let you know that if you download the 97.9 WRMF app, there's an alarm clock feature on there.
Oh, nice plug.
Yeah, so you can wake up to music possibly there, but likely a commercial, but still.
And who doesn't want to wake up to commercials?
WeBuyAnyCars.com. WeBuyAnyCars.com.
No, make it stop. It's so aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah, they say 43% of us now use our phone as our alarm. Only 25% still use a clock. And yeah, that seems to be the way of the world. So yeah, we've adapted that. The alarm clock wake up right there on your phone. You can do that with the app, and everything should hopefully be very nice and easy for you in the morning. And here's a really quick parental hack that I saw on getting kids to sleep. I remember a friend of mine, they used to have to turn the vacuum cleaner on to get their kid to go to sleep. Sometimes it's weird noises that put kids out.
It's true.
Yeah.
Little ones sometimes love that like white noise stuff.
Vacuum and the tub running always kind of relaxes me, or a machine kind of like that kind of sound.
Like a jackhammer?
That would actually calm me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Personal adult device.
No, like a jack.
Puts him right out.
I like
He
the-
loves it.
I like the idea of the jackhammer.
Yeah. Well, that's actually what the personal love device is called.
It sounds.
It's going to hurt.
Sounds so
If
dirty.
you put that down there, it's going to hurt.
Yeah, they've found that a lot of kids will fall asleep. You put them in the car, you drive them around, they fall asleep.
Every time.
Sometimes it's the movement, sometimes it's the sound. Depends, but they've now come up with a Spotify playlist. Just search for Tom Middleton Dream Drive, and it's the sound of driving, and it's putting a lot of kids to sleep.
Huh.
Yeah.
You know that old thing they used to say, oh, you having trouble sleeping? Let me make you some warm milk. And they would make you warm milk. Is that a myth? Is warm milk put you on?
You make me warm milk. I'm going to blow the covers off.
You're going to get that alarm clock.
You think the egg farts are bad?
Yeah.
Warm milk?
All the old movies, like, oh, let me make you some warm milk, my child. And
No.
the kid goes under right away. Were they drugging the milk?
Yes. That's the trick to it. Yeah, so a couple little sleep hacks there for you. Now, one really thing, even if you sleep great, you wake up, everything's going well, there are some things in life that can just derail a morning. They instantly ruin your day, and you're like going, gosh, I thought this was going to be a great day. Some of the things they have in the top 10 when they did this survey of the things in life that can instantly ruin your day, something happening with your clothes. You ever wear something, you get out of the house, a place where you're far enough away, and you spill coffee all down the front of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've spilled so many of my quick weight loss drinks on me and had to go back inside.
I don't really have a spilling problem.
Yeah. You have a jersey with Spiller on it. I don't
He
think that's actually the player's name.
lies.
Yeah, that's number one. Stepping in a puddle without the proper footwear is another one. Immediately your socks are hosed, is drenched, can be nasty. Taking a nasty tumble is number 3 on the list.
Early in the morning, it's just so aggressive.
Jarring. Sometimes people hurt themselves too, and you're on your way trying to get to work, and you have possibly a fractured wrist.
That's awful.
Well, it was
Yeah.
like 3:30 in the morning. I just woke up, and that's when I fell down my stairs into my dog's food bowl, and I didn't know what happened. I felt like I was getting robbed or something.
One of the things I hate too, number 4 on the list, is it rains and you don't have an umbrella. That always seems to happen. I, again, get far enough away from the house. It looked great, the weather. Wasn't even thinking about it. And a torrential downpour. And I'm going to a place where I can't find a close parking spot to the building I got to go into.
It was pouring
Yeah.
in Tequesta this morning. Did you guys get any rain?
I did not.
Oh, I had to wear a raincoat. It was
Keep in
awful.
mind, you're a long way away, Virginia.
I
so
am.
your weather patterns are going to be way different.
Yeah, you live
30 minutes out.
You live an
Yeah.
hour north. Of
Yeah.
course.
Aren't you guys like in the 30s there?
Yeah, you guys have different temperatures.
Snow's expected to Cuesta later on today. Being late. If you're running late, that can ruin your day. Losing your wallet. Not being able to find your keys.
When you think your phone was charging all night and you look down and it's dead, then you go to get your cord and it's in knots with your other cords, and then all of a sudden you're trying to get those cords and you make a terrible BTK kind of knot.
Yeah.
That's awful.
That sounds like a particular Jaybird kind of problem, too.
Oh, I hate knots.
Your phone breaks. A way to ruin your day pretty quick, and realizing you're locked out of your place.
Man, so many of those I suffer from.
Yeah.
Gosh, and it does ruin your day.
Yes, it
I
does.
mean, I've lost my phone. I've locked myself out of my house.
Yeah, that not charging it or something happens in the middle of the night. I'm pretty good at remembering to always plug my phone in, but there are sometimes things that happen where the plug gets dislodged, or we had this weird thing too. If you hit certain light switches, you turn off the outlet. Wait, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, it's a booby
That's
trap.
so annoying. So yeah, somebody will come in, my wife's fumbling around in the dark, and she flips the switch off, turns off the outlet to my phone, and it doesn't charge.
Not cool.
Not cool at all. Yeah.
You got to disconnect or do what we did. I tape that light switch up.
I have, yeah.
So no one can turn it off. I
Yep.
just duct tape it up, which looks classy.
Yeah.
Well, if the iPhone dies, and when you go to charge it in, it takes like 15 minutes for it to turn back on. It takes forever.
It does. It can take a while. And sometimes I plug my phone in now. It'll tell you like how long before it charges. Then I had it plugged in like 9 p.m. It's like, your phone will be fully charged by 3:30 a.m. I'm like, 6.5 hours?
It seems like a lot.
I
is.
know.
You know, you can go into your iPhone and see like how your battery is performing. There's like a
Yes.
certain like feature in there to tell you like, how is your battery holding up in life?
I went and checked it. It said same as you.
Oh, that's not good.
It's not good at all.
Empty.
Sad.
Sad, yes. Okay, so we got some new texts that people had sent in to us of the little things that can instantly ruin your day. Somebody texted in and said, pulling up to Starbucks with just enough time to get breakfast and make it to work, and then you go to pay and realize you forgot your wallet.
Oh, I did that at Publix, and I was over $200 worth of groceries, and everyone was behind me going, "Oh, come on, man!"
Come on, man.
With Starbucks, though, you need to do what Magnolia taught me. You get the app on your phone.
Yeah.
You never need to have your credit card. They just scan your app, and then it deducts automatically, and you accumulate points for free treats.
We do that, but I think you have to reload it, so you could actually be caught with an unloaded Starbucks card.
You do have to reload it, but it's easy to do from your phone now with online banking. You don't need the physical card.
Yes, unless it's your mommy paying for it and she has to do it and you go up to Starbucks. That's what I think. That would traumatize me as a kid because, we do that with one of our children that loves Starbucks, but they've got to get a hold of mommy to be able to replenish the card. I always have that card anxiety.
Me too. I have to say,
I wouldn't be able to use it because I'd be like going, that feeling of, there's nothing on it. You've ordered all this stuff. And
I've been burned. I got a gift card one year for Christmas, and I went to go use it at TJ Maxx, and it had already had like $23 used on it. So it was a $7. I had $7 left on it.
Who gave you a gift card with only $7 left?
A Rhode Island relative.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
That is some cold, hardcore stuff.
Yeah.
$30 gift card. It had $7 left on it.
Dang.
That ain't right.
I was embarrassed because I was confused.
That's sending a message.
yeah,
It is.
yeah, definitely.
yeah. Somebody else, when you spill your coffee all over the car, they sent a photo of it too. They just done it. It was a big old iced coffee, and it was just swimming around. It sloshes around on the floor mat. And, you just don't even want to deal with it, but you got to. Flat tire on the turnpike at 5:30 a.m. in the rain.
Oh, that's terrible.
That is a terrible environment. Somebody said, when I can't remember whether or not I closed the garage door and I have to back up all the way through my neighborhood to find out. That is Sammy from Boynton that sent that in.
My buddy texted, waking up with poopy cramps and not having toilet paper.
Oh.
That's rough.
Yeah, you just got to squat and then pop in the shower.
Gotta do the shower.
Yeah.
That's rough.
It's tough, but, it's doable.
It is, but it does start the day off on the wrong foot.
The worst is being in a public bathroom, committing, and then realizing they're out of TP, and then you're like, okay, I've got a sink and one of those air dryers.
Gotta go air dryer.
Especially if it's a bathroom where other people could walk in.
You just pray you're in a single unit contained space.
I don't know if I have the upper body strength to get on top of some of these sinks.
It's a weird stripper like move you got to do. You got to kick your feet up on the wall, and then I mean it's quite a visual. It's not easy.
Our work sink, I don't think I could get up there. It's up high.
I'd like to see you try.
That would be a nice tutorial video. KJ Brett actually washes behind in her sink.
And that'll be the one that goes viral.
Just so you can know, like in case you're ever in that situation, you know.
You got to know. Do I
don't-
have the upper body strength to pull off?
The problem is I just don't think I'm good enough anymore. I don't think I have the strength.
Maybe 6 years ago?
Maybe.
Somebody said the little thing that can instantly ruin your day, waking up to your pet getting sick all over your bedroom.
Oh, that's
What is the
rough.
weird... It's like the Jaws theme. Have you ever... What?
Kids do the same thing. Rocco loves to vomit in the bed.
And it's such a buildup. You know it's coming. And it's like
You can hear
it's
it.
a good 20-second buildup.
I don't even get it. It's like, what is this going on? And you're so lightly asleep, and you just hear this... And it just comes up nice and slow. That had to be how they were inspired by the Jaws theme. Somebody's dog was barfing in the middle of the night. You know, that'd be a great theme for my shark movie. Let me see. Another one was my dog had diarrhea and the Roomba tried to clean it up. Oh, that is a little thing that will sideline your day.
Goodbye, Roomba.
They say also if a Roomba hits a dog turd, look out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I think you gotta throw the Roomba out.
Maybe throw the dog out.
Sarah in the chat room For KVJ TV said one of my employees came to work yesterday with socks on and he forgot his shoes.
I've done that before.
How?
It happens.
Just socks?
I was running late one day. I understand the guy's
Okay.
pain. I thought my
You get
shoes
it.
were in the car. I got in the parking
Yeah.
lot. They weren't, and then I had to walk in the studio, and Virginia had some words.
Imagine that. Quick little things can instantly ruin your day. Somebody said, when somebody honks at me or cuts me off rudely as to make a point, traffic. Also, when people honk at you as soon as the light turns green, that is one of my top peeves, too. I hate that.
But how long do
That
you...
is rough. There was somebody who did it to me just the other day, right out here at that light, trying to go to 95 on 45th Street.
Yeah.
The light changed. My foot was coming off the brake and about to hit the gas, and they honked. Like,
It's instantaneous.
it just instantly changed because I'm looking at it.
I call it a vocal horn.
I want to just stop and then put it in park and see how this goes down.
Yeah, at that point, you're like, okay, and you're not lagging, you're not slow, you're not on your phone.
No,
Yeah.
I was watching the light, so
Yeah.
I knew the instant it changed. Like, you're an idiot.
What's the time you can beep without feeling guilty? 2 seconds in? 3 seconds?
I wait like 3 seconds and then I'll tap it. But I mean, a lot of times you can see the person, they're looking down at their phone, and I want to scare them.
Yeah.
So I give them a few seconds, but if I'm going to miss the light, then yeah, I'm going to beep.
Yeah. I'm always afraid if I beep, they'll like get startled and drive all the way through the intersection. Head
Head-on collision.
Oh, you just gradually pull off. And then, sorry about that. Somebody else said this morning, I actually ended up leaving without my kids.
Oh, no.
Yeah. They wouldn't get up. It was time for school. Only 1 out of 5 kids was in the car, so I drove off without them.
I wonder what they did.
I'm not sure if I'm going back.
Take a stand.
Is that an interesting parenting technique? Because the kids are probably like going, is she serious right now?
Well, she got to get to work. She's
yeah.
got things to do.
And if you ever had that, I've got one kid that we're always like, come on, man, come on. It's just one. I couldn't even imagine if you're like, look, we are leaving in 3 minutes, like it or not, and now you're on like 10 minutes later. You might just be like going, you know what? Maybe they'll learn a lesson.
Yeah, you taught them a lesson, or did they love not having to go to school today?
Of course.
They're probably like, woohoo, let's throw a rager.
Yep.
They won.
The lesson is we never have to go to school again.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, coming up in a second, what happened yesterday? It sounds like after 4 days of witness testimony in Harvey Weinstein's trial, the defense team has made a decision, and now we know what kind of they're doing with him. We'll tell you coming up in just a second. Before we get into that, Dwayne Wade is really doing awesome things by talking about his family's experiences with a child who says, hey, mom, dad, I'm transgender. And how he has handled it has just been, wow. I mean, so evolved, so beautiful. Here's a little bit of Dwayne talking about his family's journey with this.
We are proud parents of a child in the LGBTQ plus community, and we're proud allies as well. We take our roles and our responsibility as parents very seriously. So once Zaya, 12-year-old, came home as a boy, came home and said, hey, I think going forward, I'm ready to live my truth. And I want to be referenced as she and her. I would love for you guys to call me Zaya. I looked at it and said, you are a leader. You are a leader, and this is our opportunity to allow you to be a voice. Right now, it's through us because she's 12 years old, but eventually it would be through her.
That is pretty
Fascinating,
cool.
right?
Yeah.
He's a leader too. You know, people look to him, and
Yeah.
he's setting the template for how you do it. That is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wouldn't this be weird if this is true? So, according to the rumors surrounding The Bachelor, the television show, they're saying that Peter, Peter the pilot, who's currently the Bachelor,
I mean, we all know Peter.
the one that did it in the windmill 4 times, remember him? So, rumor has it that he already found love on the show and that he's hooking up with one of the producers of The Bachelor. This chick, her name is Julie LaPlaca, and apparently Peter and Julie have been dating.
Wait a minute. The love's not real on The Bachelor?
I know.
Oh, boy.
That's the same thing I said.
I mean, they're just doing a
Oh,
produced
boy.
TV show for ratings? What?
Now,
What?
these girls that are trying to get his love have to compete with one of the producers of the show?
My favorite on that, because I don't think it's possible, right? You can't just meet somebody within an hour and then you're crying and you're sobbing over them because they are ignoring you. That,
You can if they got you drunk before the episode.
They're invested now, Jay Bart. It's not an hour. It's weeks and weeks.
There are
of-
times when a girl will start crying and she's only been on the show for an hour, Virginia.
Don't you dare devalue my feelings.
That can't be real, right?
It's unreal.
You're not really heartbroken. You
If
can't
it's
be.
real to me,
I don't
it's
find
real.
I don't find any of the show believable, and yet my wife and daughter love it, and they just keep telling me, like, going, "My gosh, this latest season of The Bachelor is amazing."
Oh no, dude! It's like crack. I can't watch it. If I do, I'm like, this is so dumb. Wait a minute. So what's she doing now?
Yeah.
I get sucked into it, and I know it's not real.
In other news, yes, it sounds like Harvey Weinstein will not be testifying in his sexual assault trial. After 4 days of witness testimony, the movie producer's defense team has called its final witness and announced that their client will not be testifying. His lead defense lawyer will probably present closing arguments today or tomorrow, and the jury could begin deliberating and have a decision as early as like next week. So this could be wrapping pretty quickly. Stay tuned. We will keep you posted. And that's what's going on in your Dirt of the Day.
Celebrity birthdays today include Josh Brolin, Thanos, the latest Avengers series. He's 52.
Isn't he also Bran from the Goonies?
Yeah, he was in that back in the day.
Okay.
Absolutely. Arsenio Hall turned 64 today. He's going to be into the sequel of Coming to America. That should be out before too long.
And looks 30. He
Yeah.
looks amazing.
He does look good. Yeah, he's kept it together. And I threw this in there for you in Virginia. Michael McDonald is 68 today.
Happy birthday, Michael McDonald.
He came from
Somewhere back in the long ago.
Yep, there you go. Also got a birthday to our beautiful angel, Olivia, turning 2 from Mommy Daddy Sophia, our puppy Harley Quinn, and Princess the Bunny. There's her adorable photo.
That's a good pick.
Cutie pie.
Yes, it is. On KVJ TV, you can see that. You can dial us up on YouTube, watch on your flat screens, live or on demand. Also, a happy birthday to Elizabeth from her husband, Garrett. And happy birthday to Monica with love from her husband, Chris, son, Justin, daughter, Caitlin, and our horribly obese gravity hog of a dog, Peanut.
Stay strong, Peanut.
Stop
Okay.
fat shaming Peanut.
I gotta give you Chewy's number so y'all can talk. Chewy's been fat shamed so much. He knows how to deal with it.
He does.
Poor
Okay.
Peanut needs some help.
Coming up here in just a second, is this fact or fiction? You can actually change traffic lights with your garage door opener.
Fiction.
Fiction, you're saying on that, without a doubt, huh?
Betting my face and Virginia's.
Okay, you know if you're wrong, that means we get to write on your face with a Sharpie. I guess Virginia's too.
I'm double downing.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, well,
Hold
you bet
up.
your face too, Virginia.
Aren't we taking staff pictures today?
Yes, we are.
I'm double downing. Fiction.
Fiction. Okay. Is Jaybird right or not? Pretty bold bet. We'll see next. All right, fact or fiction? Can you change traffic lights just using your garage remote control? You're
Fiction.
saying absolutely it's fiction.
It'd be the Wild Wild West out there.
Okay. I will say that I'll give you credit and we won't have to write on your face.
Whew.
Because I don't know if your garage door opener would actually change a traffic light, but it does look like you could use some other household appliances.
What, like a blender?
Not a blender, a universal remote control for your TV.
Really?
I still don't believe that.
I don't believe it either, Kev.
Do you want to do fact or fiction on this one?
No.
Okay.
Do not bet our faces.
Yes. They say also, according to one YouTuber, you can change traffic lights by using your cell phone.
What?
But this is a YouTuber.
Sure, I understand that.
Or an influencer.
So is there any truth to it? Because, yeah, you're going to see stuff like that and be like, come on, that's not true. There's no way. Is there any truth to it? It looks like there is. In fact, they've actually put some laws in the books about people doing just these kind of things. They say that emergency and mass transport vehicles are equipped with devices that turn traffic lights green. They use this system near fire stations to change traffic lights in order to allow emergency vehicles to exit the station. I always thought they just had a switch inside the station that they would flick and it would turn those lights on yellow blinking.
Right.
And then that's how that worked.
Wow, there's a ton of videos on YouTube about how to change traffic lights with a universal remote control.
Yes.
A ton of them.
I believe it's legit.
Really?
I believe it is legit. A cell phone or, yes, a universal control.
You're right. There's one on a cell phone, and it's titled "Traffic Lights Are Stupid," and it's showing them changing it with the phone.
Okay, so that's cool, but I'm going to caution you right now before you run out and do this. There are already laws on the books about this. This is actually a serious deal. It sounds like a fact or fiction, and that's an urban legend. There's no way that happens. I believe it is completely legit. It is a process called traffic signal preemption. It's been around for over 20 years. Now, signal preemption equipment was very common, especially in some of the Northwest states like Oregon, where receivers are installed at 80% of intersections. Now, it is an urban legend that you can strobe your car's high beam lights. You may have heard that. You flick them on and off because you can't get them going fast enough. You'd have to flick them at a rate of 10 to 15 flashes per second, and that's pretty difficult at best to do. But there are really receivers on a lot of intersections that detect how to change the lights. It's something they have. In fact, of August of 2005, 15 years this has actually been on the books. They set a minimum sentence of 6 months in prison for anybody using the devices and a year in prison for anybody selling the devices.
Oh, boy.
So there is something legit to it if you have a traffic signal that has one of these monitors on it, a receiver that you can use.
Can it see you using it and record that? Is that what you're saying? Or how do they know it's you?
It would be like, say, for instance, you know how you have on your television to pick up your remote control sensor. And if that's blocked, you can't get the TV remote to work. It would be the same kind of technology, that it's using a signal to send it and to change it. And it's intended for emergency and mass transportation vehicles. A train, say, maybe, that is coming. At a cross section, the train would be emitting this signal to the light receiver, and it would change the lights in accordance to the train coming by so that it times everything out correctly. So they use it with great functional detail, but now you got these YouTubers and these bloggers now who are showing you how you can use your smartphone or you can use a universal TV remote to change the lights to benefit you.
I've got a universal TV remote on my smartphone because
Yes.
we lost the remote to our Samsung TV,
Right.
and Rocco figured it out that you could download a Samsung remote onto your phone, and sure enough, it works on the TV. My brain was like blown.
I know, right? It's crazy. So I know it may sound like this is a complete myth, but no, apparently that is a legit thing. The YouTube videos are up. Like I say, to warn you, though, there are some punishments that come with it. In fact, they had found one guy that was caught kind of using it. He was like holding something up to the light, and the light was switching, and a cop just kind of like was trailing behind and watching, knew what some of the traffic patterns were, and this guy never caught a red light, and the cop pulled him over, and sure enough, and he got a pretty sizable fine for doing it. So,
Wow.
yeah,
We're learning, Ralston.
that's just it.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, I thought so too. I had always heard that. Thought,
It's a trick.
Yeah, that's not working. So, but blinking the lights is an urban legend. That is not true because you're not able to flick your headlights on your car fast enough.
And I feel like even that one where they have the sensor or you roll back and forth, is that real too? I've heard it's real, and I also heard it's not real. What's the answer?
I believe it's real. My firm belief is that it's real. In fact, if you look on the road, you can actually kind of see where at some places where they haven't paved over the whole thing yet, where you can see where the sensors are.
Totally.
Yeah.
But not every light has that, though.
No, not every light has it, but you can see the ones that do have it. And if you're not on it, if you're like behind it and the light never changes, that's why.
Taking a left to work on 45th Street to where our radio station is, I notice I'll pull up there and there'll be like no cars coming. And when I pull on, boom, it turns green almost immediately.
Interesting. Still so much to learn.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot out there. That's what I'm doing. I'm blowing your mind here today. Now, there's other things that the technology in the roadways can actually cause some problems. Like you can get traffic tickets or you can get toll tickets when you actually haven't been driving through toll booths. Somebody can just jack your license plate, apparently, and then another driver or the owner of the plate is going to receive the fees. That apparently is what's happening to Denny's.
Our poor sweet Denny's is involved in some kind of weird scam. I'll let him explain it to you because he was explaining it to me yesterday. Someone in a black pickup truck's acting like Denny's. I don't know what's going on.
What?
And it's because I know sometimes, like if you don't have the Sun Pass, that they can just do a snapshot of your license plate, and then the owner of that plate will get the toll fee
Toll by plate.
for the turnpike. And is that what's going on with you, Denny's?
Yeah, it's weird. I got a letter from the Department of Transportation saying that I ran a one of those SunPass lanes, and then so I got it and I was like, I'll pay all these on the weekend, right? So I put it in my mail pile, and then the next day I got another one saying I ran a light, and I'm like, what? So I opened this thing up and I'm looking at it, and it's saying that I owe this money, and actually this is like my third infraction, and that they're gonna start penalizing me for it. For the later ones. And I looked at the picture that it took, and it's not even my car. And I looked at the plate. It's not even my plate, but it's all registered to my name.
What?
It's messed up. Yes.
Hold on, that's a different kind of animal.
Somebody's got a car registered to your name that you don't know about?
Yeah, I've never seen it before. It's a black pickup truck. The picture's in it. From both photos, you could see both that I opened it up. You could see the license plate and the vehicle from the camera.
Have you run your credit recently to see what is on it? Because did someone steal your identity and buy a truck?
No, so I don't think so. I did just run my credit about a week and a half ago, and everything was cool. I didn't see any weird purchases. Plus, I check my bank account constantly. I'm pretty compulsive. So if they were taking money, I would notice it by now.
It wouldn't come out of your bank account. If someone steals your identity, they go buy things with your identity. It doesn't affect your bank account at all.
Oh, well, so the state of Florida is investigating it right now. It seems only this. I don't seem to have any penalties on my finances at all.
Who is this guy in the black
I don't
shirt?
know.
That's odd. That's a
Who
weird.
is this?
I never heard of that scam where somebody can license their vehicle to somebody else's name.
It's weird. It's down in Miami too, so it's not even
course.
here.
Well, this guy is just being all
Well,
unlawful.
he's just running lights and not paying tolls, and they're all going to me.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
And the state of Florida is like, we don't know what's happening. We're looking into it. They said it could take up to 4 months to investigate.
So
In
they're-
the meantime,
Well, I'm
Yeah.
like, do I have to pay these tickets? Because now they're sending me late fees, saying that I owe for past infractions that
Oh
I've never.
my God.
Are they going to freeze those? Because eventually, I think if you don't pay those, one, they could put a warrant out for your arrest, right? Or two, they could send
all
you to
of the
collections
above.
and jack with your credit rating.
So they said that they're not going to, but they said I'm going to keep getting these as the person keeps doing
Yeah,
these.
could I get that in writing?
Yeah.
thank
I know.
you. You need to get some email correspondence going with
So,
them, not just telephone
I have
conversation.
email and the phone call, because right after the phone call, I had a whole heap of things I had to start doing. And
Do you need me to act as your lawyer?
maybe.
All right.
This doesn't sound good.
Objection, Your Honor.
I don't know if anyone else has had this.
It sounds like somebody ganked your identity and bought a truck with it. If it's in your name,
It's weird. The license plate is, I have no, that license plate is nothing I've ever owned. I've had the same license plate since
but they
2004.
registered it to you
It's-
and your address.
It's crazy, my address and my name.
I would be literally freaking out.
I was not happy.
How come this weird stuff always happens to me and you?
I don't know.
I was going to say, you're paying like student loan fees that you shouldn't. Denny's is paying for somebody else to drive all over the turnpike.
The IRS says I don't exist.
It's actually a good
They
thing.
say that, of course, when they owe you money.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if you owe them money, they know exactly who you are.
Maybe we said stuff we shouldn't have been saying. Maybe we've been targeted, dog.
It's possible. We do, go
Wow.
out there.
Somebody texted in and said, when I first went to activate my SunPass, I couldn't because somebody used my license plate to register their SunPass.
What?
I mean, if it's that easy.
Yeah.
Wow.
To ruin someone's life. They could potentially ruin Denny's life.
It's not even my license plate or car. That's the craziest part. I reported that to Florida, and they're like, well, we don't know what's going on. We'll look into it.
What if this person does a B&E? Well, breaking an entry, and the video shows this car.
Or they commit a crime, and the cops
Yeah.
come to my house.
Damn, Denny's could go up the river.
I could be sitting in my room and get a knock on the door from the police, and they wouldn't know it until, they investigated
yeah,
it.
they would have to put you in a
In re-
cell
yeah.
while they figured it out.
And then you have to call your lawyer. Objection, Your Honor. Let my man go.
And then you get arrested for impersonating a lawyer.
We'll be together.
It might be easier than you think, too. This text says, I hit Twitter to complain about this, and somebody commented saying you can just put in any license plate number. I was like, WTF. I finally got a hold of SunPass, and after proving my license plate to them, they fixed it for me, but you can really just enter about any license plate, and there's not really a good...
This is a problem.
How did they not figure this out? How's
Guys,
this-
I mean, duh.
Yeah, I mean, any person could go in a parking lot and write down 10 license plate numbers.
You were targeted.
Look at that.
Wow.
I think you're safe.
How about that?
Sweet Denny's.
They got him.
They're talking about putting computers in people. I'm like, look how easy stuff is to hack. Why
Oh,
would
I know.
Why would you ever do that?
The chaos, yeah, when somebody
Or
does it
make a
right.
smart home.
Listen how mad Denny sounds right now. Calm down. You need some water?
Well, I'm just saying.
Can you imagine the butt chewing that the DMV got when Denny's called?
He called him and he was like, dude,
I got
dude,
a serious problem with you people.
this is so uncool.
The email tone was there, though.
I'm really upset.
Somebody texted and said the same thing happened to my friend. There is some woman in Miami that has like 16 cars. She apparently has been doing this to a lot of people, and all she needs to know is your driver's license number and name. All they have to do is say you were driving the vehicle. Well, this just doesn't seem right.
Damn.
You never stood a chance, kid.
I can't believe it's this easy to commit fraud like this.
I know. Can we make it a little challenging
A
for
little
the scammers?
tougher?
Can they do old school crime and work at least a little bit?
Yeah, it's so easy for them.
Wow.
But what a random problem, right?
Yeah, and it sounds like a lot of people are having these kind of things. It sounds like they've got a little bit of a loophole, and maybe things aren't as tight as they need to be when it comes to license plates.
Well, the people needed a voice, Denny's, and you gave it to them.
There you go. That's what's been going on.
Wow. Okay.
So watch out.
Somebody who had to deal with this, the DMV had told them that they could that you should send a letter to the other person, and they would have to sign to release it to me, or I could just drive with my tag, and it would be billed to the other SunPass. These all sounds kind of like loose and sketchy.
Well, yeah, and my tag's different from the one in the photo. It's like they just registered this car, this SunPass. It's what it sounds like. They registered the SunPass just to my license plate.
Who is this man in this black truck?
We need to know.
We must find it. He's ruining a poor sweet Denny's life.
We need to hunt him down like an animal that he is and hurt him.
We gotta send a message.
Baseball bat. Let's go.
And apparently somebody it said this is something that happens a lot. I work for the DMV, and what's happening to Denny's happens all the time to people.
Really?
From shady dealers down south in the Miami area, the dealers temporarily put cars into someone's name.
Really?
And then these people
This is ridiculous.
You have uncovered a big scam here in South Florida when it comes to...
I've never heard of this problem until...
Well, they're gonna hear about it now.
Yeah, geez. So everybody watch out. I guess there's no one safe from this.
How do you protect yourself?
I don't think you can.
That doesn't seem right to
Yeah.
me.
Thank you.
We're all gonna get screwed.
Well, it says something right now.
Well, it is Valentine's Day.
Yeah, hey.
We hope for everyone to.
Better wine and dine me.
Yeah, you didn't
Okay.
even get dinner and roses.
Yeah.
All right, what's
Interesting stuff.
Priority one. We're gonna find this clown.
Okay, deal breaker for you. Gary has found out that his fiance on a trip to Canada hit somebody with the car and kind of freaked out and took off, didn't go back to the scene of the crime, and it's been weighing on her, and finally she just caved and said, I got to let you know something. She's been apparently checking the news and trying to see if anything came out of it, see if there's any injury, because she does not even know that. I think she was like on the way to get herself a bottle of booze. I am suspicious that there might have been some alcohol as a factor in the case here. So this does happen, unfortunately, too often. I see this pop up quite frequently in the news. It's amazing how many people plow people with cars and then do not stop. It really is unreal.
We had a horrible case back in the day in Lake Park where it happened.
We had one too. I just think it happened.
It was 11:30 at night, and the windows were open, and we woke to the person screaming. It was awful, and they never found the person.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
We had one, and they found the guy, and he was drunk driving a El Camino.
Are we just trying to out-depress each other?
Yeah, my girl died. What about you?
Wow. Well, I don't want to play this anymore.
I win.
Some of the texts so far coming in, somebody said, if this is my wife we're talking about, I'm riding or dying. I will try to find the family to do what I can anonymously. I wouldn't want my wife going to jail. I wouldn't let that happen. That's one text. Another one says, I don't want to be insensitive, but is this guy really going to leave his girl about a hit and run? Stop crying. Those are a few on one side of it, which
Okay.
I was like,
I did not expect that.
Well,
right.
the ride or die, I understand. I mean, think about it. Panda would have to go up the river. There's a lot of things you'd have to think about. And in the moment, would you roll over on your man? I don't think you would. I think you'd help protect him.
Like I said before, I'm not a rat, but I really need him to do the right thing. This is his journey, his mistake, and his copping to it.
I think you protect him. I do. At the end of the day, you end up saying, "Baby, don't go to the police. We'll get through this."
I don't want to ever know.
On the character issue, somebody texted in and said, I'm sorry, Gary, but this obviously did not change her fiance at all. Had it changed her, she would have told her friend, called the police, done the right thing. She has a twisted moral compass, or no moral compass at all. Is that what you want in a wife?
Dang.
Someone else said she's being incredibly selfish because it was her friend's car. God forbid a camera caught the accident. Her friend is the one who's going to go to jail for the hit and run.
You're right.
I mean, she's not being a ride or die friend. So you're talking about being a ride or die fiance?
And let's say that the girl did pass away. Is it necessarily going to be in the media?
Yeah, I think you could do a search and figure out if somebody died. That would absolutely
I can't
be
even in New York City. I think if somebody got plowed on Madison Avenue crossing the street, don't you think that would make the news even there, Virginia?
I do. I
Yeah.
think
So,
that would be a police report.
Yeah.
You could do research, and you could pick the day it happened and
Yeah.
find out what exactly happened.
So if it's not reported,
If the cops were called. Now, if the person bounces off the hood and they're fine,
Right.
and they get up and walk away because maybe they were drunk or who knows.
Yeah.
I had a friend one time on Broadway hit this chick that was on crack, and they said the crackhead bounced off the front of their car, landed in the median, jumped up and said, "I'm fine," and ran off into the night.
my God.
So if you're going to jaywalk,
So,
do crack?
What the hell are you supposed to do then?
I'm really confused on our moral lessons today.
You can be really hammered and walk in front of a car and bounce off of it and be fine.
I'm not going to lie. I would be rattled if that happened to the point where I might not even go through drive-through.
That's the only good endorsement I've ever heard for crack.
I would pull over and I would call an Uber because I'd be too shook to
I
drive.
mean, just the fact that I'm okay, and then she just darts out into the night.
My friend said the crackhead bounced and then jumped up, both hands in the air. "I'm fine." And
Huzzah! Fine.
huzzah! Ran off literally into a neighborhood.
That changes the course of the night.
Yeah.
I couldn't drive after that.
I think go home
It's a
after
little
that.
twisted, yeah. It's a little twisted. Question for Gary, too, about your fiance, this hit and run that happened in Canada, and she hasn't reported it. If you now know about it and don't report it, is Gary in trouble?
I think so.
Probably.
If you're covering up a crime, they will absolutely get you on covering up a crime.
What's that one thing where the wife can't go to jail if the guy's murdering people, but she protects him? There's no law.
You have to testify against your spouse.
Okay, they're
It's
not
a
married.
popular vehicle in soap operas.
Okay.
They get married all the time, so they don't have to confess murder. Yeah. Somebody said, report that girl, Gary, and move on with your life. And then even a text that we got said, this pisses me off so much. Today is the 7th anniversary of when a very good friend of mine was killed by a hit-and-run driver while walking. Her killer turned himself in after her vehicle was put all over the news. She ended up getting off completely and living her life now while my friend is no longer here. So,
Wow, how'd she get off, I wonder?
I don't know. Good attorney, maybe. I have no idea. Trudy's on here from Port St. Lucie. You've got a personal story as well. What you want to say, Trudy?
Yeah, my nephew about a year and 2 months ago was hit, and the driver left the scene, and he was killed. And we, to this day, don't really have the closure that our family needs. We weren't able to figure out what happened, why, or get any kind of answers. And whoever this person is, you can definitely look in the local news, in the paper, online, and find out if there was a survivor or not. But, I mean, that person belongs to someone. They have a family. They're a daughter. They're a son. They're a brother, a mother, a wife. And for them to not have that closure it just really sucks, and it's hard to move on.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Obviously, have an opinion too.
Yeah, I think it's something you definitely need to say something, own up to. It's a great test before marriage for you, Gary. But despite those first odd texts that we got, most people are
going the other way.
Yes,
good, because they should.
Yes, I feel very convicted that would be the right thing to do. Is that a call needs to be made?
I'm all about ride or die. Don't get me wrong, but you're talking about like somebody's mother, brother, child. Like, yeah, you got to give that family closure. You can't just walk around running people over and leaving.
She's probably lying then about not finding out in the media, because, like you're saying, if this happened it would be in the media. That's if the girl got hurt or passed away.
Or if there was a report done for it, you can search for that day, and you can search for that area, and you can search for any kind of injury. If there was a report, there's a paper trail, right?
Should be.
I don't know. I'd hope so.
So what if there's not a paper trail? Does that mean that, okay, everybody's all right, nobody's hurt?
I think at least, making the call and, owning up to it and doing your part of it, and then whatever else happens with it happens. But, I mean, to just hit somebody with a vehicle, take off, and never say anything about it again is completely irresponsible. It's not the right way to go.
And she's going to get her friend sent up the river.
Yeah, could. Somebody texted in, too, and said the case of the woman in Boca who was hit is still unresolved. It was the mother of a close family friend. She was 70 years old, walked the neighborhood every night. 2 people hit her, stopped to talk to each other, and then drove off.
2 people hit her? How does that happen?
2 people hit her, stopped to talk to each other, and drove off. Both drivers were women. I hope eventually somebody talks and the family can have justice. So it's...
I don't even.
How the hell?
Yeah, how the heck did that happen?
2 people hit her and they stopped to talk to each other?
That's awful.
Yep. So there you go. Some insight. Thank you very much for the comments. 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. Jump in the conversation anytime here on the KVJ Show.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach. Here's what's coming up on the Dirt of the Day. Dirt of the Day.
My gird. Jay Bird, you're not going to believe who is here in town locally. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
All right, I'm going to the vending machine. I'll see you guys in 10 minutes.
They're here. I'll tell you where, coming up in your dirt.
Entertainment updates 5 minutes after every hour from the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
Drama, you got drama and you gotta tell all. You love to complain about your pain. Hey, you're Facebook fishing.
Nosy neighbors make for some very interesting posts on Nextdoor. I know in my neighborhood, my wife is one of those people watchers. She's always looking and leering down the street to see exactly what's going on. She's already crazy. When she gets to be really old, she's going to be nuts. She's going to be that nutty neighbor lady down the street just looking with those weird glasses she's got.
If she's in her
What's going on down there?
In her 70s.
I already know it. She's already there. She's kind of like, the beginning stages of that weird nosy neighbor lady. Yeah, there's already a crazy nut job at the end of the street. And I think my wife she's going to pass the torch one day.
She's training to replace her.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. My wife's going to take over when this all happens. So what they do now, with a little bit of technology thrown in, what they're seeing now, they're taking to Nextdoor, and now the other neighbors know what the nosy neighbor ladies are saying, and it's causing fights, and it's actually glorious. Thank you for this post. Now, apparently what's going on here is some new women have moved into a townhouse in the neighborhood, and about everybody thinks they're hookers. So what happens when a band of hookers moves into the townhouse neighborhood?
Party!
Yes. Kendra is the one who is sounding off the alarms here on Nextdoor. I will play the role of the very concerned Kendra. Jaybird, you can be Rochelle. We'll have Virginia be Rebecca, and Denny's your Roy.
I wanted to be one of the hookers.
Well, you can be a hooker on your own time, Virginia. Okay, here's what Kendra had to post up on Nextdoor. I swear hookers have moved into our neighborhood. Anybody else notice these skanks walking around? I'm just sick over it.
OMG, yes, they are definitely hookers. Nobody dresses like that unless they want to sell you some booty. They look ratchet. What is happening to our neighborhood?
I don't know. It makes me want to move. I swear there's at least 5 women living in there. They look like they put their makeup on with a butter knife.
I have teenage boys, and one of these hookers was basically undressing my son with her eyes.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We must do something. We cannot have our neighborhood infested with these hoes.
No.
Wow, I can't believe the shaming going on through this post. Y'all don't even know for sure if they're prostitutes. And so what if they sell their body? It's 2020. Women can do what they want.
Roy, you're a man. You don't have the right to an opinion on this matter. Sit down and mind your own business.
Yes.
Thank you.
Next.
Of course, a man is defending hookers. Get out of here, Roy, and leave this topic to the women.
Okay, sorry I even said anything. I guess my opinion doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, well, now that Roy is done defending the trans in the neighborhood, I'd like to just remind everybody that you can't make a hoe a housewife. Hello, ladies. These women aren't going to change. They will remain skanks. We want normal people living in our neighborhood. We can't have deviants trying to seduce our sweet young men. These hoes must go.
Yes, they must go.
Thank you.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, coming up in a second, there are royals amongst us.
Royals.
Oh my gosh. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle in South Florida, in Palm Beach County.
Oh my goodness.
Hang on.
Too
I will
much.
tell you the details.
Too much.
I know you need it, Kevin.
Uh-huh.
Before we get into that, and this is hilarious. So on Good Morning America the other morning, they were doing this big Backstreet Boys performance.
Yeah.
And Good Morning America had put it out there that they wanted to have a couple come and get engaged live on TV on Good Morning America, just as a climax to the Backstreet performance. Right at the end, it was going to be so cute, and everybody's going to be like, oh my God, it's so cute.
Yes.
So they got this couple, and then, Backstreet performed. And at the end of it, he drops to one knee and, will you marry me? And she says yes, and everybody's crying, and it's so beautiful. But whoopsie, Good Morning America, you got duped. The last time this couple got engaged was on the 2017 Christmas tree lighting ceremony that was televised.
Oh.
This couple does this. They're duping people, and they've got engaged before. Oh, damn, Good Morning America. Who fact-checked?
I mean, that's Good Morning America.
Y'all got to get it together.
I understand if it happens to our show, but Good Morning America?
Chris Brown just got a face tat of a shoe on his face. Well, I can be mad at Panda. At least he didn't do that. He got an Air Jordan 3, the iconic shoe that he loves. He's been an avid collector, and it's right there on his cheek. I saw a picture of it. Bold move.
It's a bold move. It's working for him.
And finally here, yes, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were here in South Florida. So on Thursday, they were spotted inside a hotel on South Beach having a meal with A-Rod and J-Lo. That's cool.
Okay.
Then Harry made a speech about mental health at J.P. Morgan's invitation-only Alternative Investment Summit. I think he got paid $1 million to get up and do that speaking engagement.
Well, that's what they need, royal money.
Wow, that's what they're going to be doing now. The queen can stuff it.
I heard that they can command that kind of money on the speaking circuit, and they could be booked like 5 nights a week.
Yes, I heard that too. Any gig they want, they could have, and they write the check.
Mm-hmm.
Do they live in Canada now? Is that where they're living?
You're not setting me up for a snore. I'm not falling for you.
Yeah.
You got to wake up earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get you, Sinicki.
Oh, you won't.
I'll get you one of these days.
You
No,
won't.
I'll get you.
And then after they did all that stuff down in Miami, they stayed at Serena Williams' mansion in Palm Beach Gardens. They were in gardens. Wow.
I'm wondering, now, this was on Thursday. I didn't hear anything about Sunday, and I'm wondering if they're staying here for a little while or if they bounced right back to Canada. But I hear he does the polo thing, and I believe he's been out to Wellington.
He
Prince Harry
absolutely rides the ponies. I've
Yes.
seen pictures of him, and he looked good.
I think there's some Wellington polo people that play with him a little bit in England, and so I'm wondering if he wasn't at polo in Wellington on Sunday. I wonder if he would be this Sunday.
Wellington's very fancy.
I wonder if
I don't know.
anybody in Wellington, maybe your boy Ryan Beckett, who's got all those Wellington connections, would tell us if there's been any sightings.
Well, I'll see him tonight for the Weird and Whatever podcast starting at 6 p.m. on the KVJ YouTube channel.
All right.
Pluggage.
That's a great plug.
Apparently, this dirt has been brought to you by the Weird and Whatever podcast.
Yes.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
I have a feeling we are going to have no idea who is a real estate litigation lawyer. I mean, do you have questions that are going to be able to crack a fraud on this?
I do.
Estate litigation? Do you know anything about estate litigation that you could ask a good question to find out who's legit and who's not legit?
I just watched A Few Good Men the other night. I felt real fresh with my legal terms.
But that was not estate litigation.
Yeah, but you can still, there's some terms you can kind of trip somebody up on. Oh, yeah.
You think so?
Sustained.
Sustained. Jeez. This might be the toughest one we've ever had, and we're not even really necessarily good at this. We have to sniff out the fraud. We got one person who is a legit estate litigation attorney.
Okay.
And we got somebody else who is a complete fraud here today. They're just trying to act like they are to throw us off the scent. And we have got to try to identify exactly who is legit and who is not
State
legit.
litigation.
State litigation.
Estate litigation.
So, in layman's terms, what is that?
Estates, okay, now,
They're fighting over which state they live in?
no, an estate would be, for instance, like property and things like that. My dad is an attorney, and I think that's what he does,
Bragger.
actually. And that's all he does, and that's why it's actually, I shouldn't brag because I know nothing about what my father does. So he does these kind of things. So estate litigation is somebody's deceased, property rights, I believe, values, all that kind of
Okay.
stuff, and who it's going to be handed off to. I think he does a lot of wills and
I
the
like
such
it. All right, this is working.
to kind of like sniff into that.
Okay, this is good.
So I should be better at this than what I'm going to be. So this is what we're going to be doing today, and who is legit. We got to try to determine exactly which one is being truthful and which one is not being truthful here today. We'll see if we can get stumped today. All right, Denny's has got them lined up on our first line here. We have Ally McBeal. Okay. A popular 90s lawyer TV character. Hello, Ally.
Good morning.
Good morning. And we also have Diane Lockhart. Diane Lockhart is the other possible attorney here. Good morning, Diane.
Good morning.
Oh, very lawyerish. Very attorney-like.
She has a state litigation lawyer tone to her voice. Okay. All right, let's see if we can crack the code here on estate litigation and asking a question. Okay, let me see. The first question that I have here is estate litigation. Tell me here, Ally, where is it that you went and got your law degree from, and how long did it take you?
Hofstra University on Long Island. It took me 3 years of law school.
Okay, and how about you, Diane?
Sure, University of Alabama Law School, and it took me 3 years.
Okay.
Diane is the lawyer from The Good Wife, that legal show on CBS.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that show. I assumed it was an attorney name.
Diane Lockhart.
Diane Lockhart.
Yes.
Okay. Virginia, what question do you have here for our two attorneys trying to figure out which one's legit estate litigation attorney?
I can only imagine that when, families are fighting over stuff, at least on my soap operas, when they're fighting over stuff, it gets physical. Have you ever had a family fighting over an estate that got physical? And if so, tell us what happened.
Is this for Allie?
Yeah, let's start with Allie.
Okay, yeah. I have never witnessed a physical altercation, but I have been told about it after the fact. I know of one case where there were brothers and they were at a mediation, and at like 1 o'clock in the morning, they were outside the building and they got into a fist fight.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Okay. And how about you, Diane? Any altercations to talk of?
Yeah, I've got one that comes to my mind. I was doing an estate litigation for this family, a very old money family, we'll just say that. And there were several children, and they dropped down and fist fought on the dining room table because they were so upset, the way things were going in this whole thing was just a hot mess. I mean, people were pooping on cars.
Oh, my goodness. Really?
Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy stuff.
Well, that's
And
just
then-
chaos.
And then once they found out stuff like that was going on, like poop and cars, they were just fighting. It was a huge fight. Total chaos.
Total chaos and pooping.
They were pooping?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, there was some poop.
Okay. Well, there usually is, Diane.
Yeah.
Okay, Jay Bird, your question here for who is legit. We're trying to figure out which one is the legit estate litigation lawyer.
We're going to do a little role playing here.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
This always goes well.
Here's the scenario. I was murdered.
Yes.
My wife is trying to get all of my money now, but it's been proven. Everyone knows she did it, but it hasn't been proven. So my family is trying to stop her from getting all of my money.
Yes.
So you are now defending my family on my behalf. Give me your closing statement.
Okay, I'm going to reverse it here and go with Diane on this one. She was the one that was just talking about the pooping everywhere. Diane, what would you say on this?
Okay, the closing statement for Jason, who was murdered by his wife. Am I getting that correct?
You got that.
Okay, fabulous.
Trying to get all the money.
Okay, listen, what's the family's name?
The Penningtons.
The Pennington, perfect, okay. Pennington family, I'm going to go ahead and just lay it out on the line for you right now. Jason Pennington was murdered by his wife, okay? We're not here to discuss that because this is civil litigation. However, the only person who's supposed to get that money, okay, is his wife. All right? It's not supposed to go to anybody else in his family. That's not how the law works. That's a whole different type of court.
That's not how the law works.
Objection.
Wait, you're objecting what Diane's saying here? Okay, all right. I'll go with sustained. Allie, let me hear you try to explain this chaotic situation here in your closing statement.
Yes, Your Honor. Under Florida law, we have what's called a slayer statute. I have proven today, Your Honor, that by a preponderance of evidence, which is the standard before that court, that Jason was murdered by his wife. Under Florida's slayer statute, that means she does not get any inheritance.
Yes.
And his estate passes as if she predeceased him.
Oh.
Yeah, that she's throwing in statutes. She did not throw in poop. I believe that Allie McBeal is the legit estate litigation lawyer, without a doubt.
Do you know why I think the poop woman's not?
Without a shadow of a doubt.
She said poop too many times.
A lot.
I don't think lawyers say it more than once.
That's why I liked her.
And they would
That's
say
why
feces or defecation, something along those lines.
She needs to be the KVJ official legal
Yeah.
counsel.
Uh-huh.
Because she likes to use poop.
She was the first one we had on. Is there any doubt in your mind, Virginia, that the legit estate litigation lawyer is not Allie McBeal?
Although I prefer the poop lawyer, I do agree with Kevin.
Jay Bird?
I agree with you.
Allie, are you a legit estate litigation lawyer?
I am.
So, we loved you, Diane, but yeah, you went too much on the poo. And that really kind of, I think, ruined The game was up after that. So
That was awesome.
game was up, but we love both of you. Thank you very much. It was a great job by both of you. We really greatly appreciate it. If you would like to be on Who Is Legit, we'd be happy to have you if you've got an interesting profession. And if you think that you could throw us off the scent, we also need the actors to come on here as well.
The actors are actually the ones that are most in demand.
They're the most important for the bit.
They are the
Yes,
most important.
they make it or break it, without a doubt.
And Kevin will reward all of you handsomely.
Yes, I guess we're so handsome.
Why you
That's the
lying?
only reward we have.
Why you lying to the people?
Mail at kvjshow.com, mail at kvjshow.com. If you'd like to be a part of Who Is Legit, you can let us know.
What's hot now on the KVJ show?
We got some love shout-outs coming up for Valentine's Day on Friday. You can hear yourself give it a little shout-out to one of your loved ones. Maybe it's that special somebody. Maybe it's just some family. All you have to do is just go and download the free 97.9 WRMF app. And in the upper right-hand corner menu, you'll see where it says 97.9 WRMF mic drop. That's what it says, mic drop. So it'll be right there. You leave your message, and we can play it back on the radio Friday morning. Get those to us by 5 p.m. tomorrow. The deadline is 5 p.m. on Thursday. So if you want your voice heard Friday morning, you got to get it to us here on the KVJ Show for your Valentine's Day shout-outs.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
I want to give a shout-out to our Allie McBeal, who was the legit state attorney that was on here. She is with Beller Smith Attorneys at Law in Boca Raton, and she's board certified in wills, trusts, and estates. And bellersmith.com, BELLER Smith.com if you need any work done. Thank you again to Amy for coming on, and there you go. That's
and
a
sounded
nice little
legit.
perk. Well, she is.
Knowing her stuff.
No doubt. She proved it. She is legit. She knows her stuff. All right, we have got right now the mystery box. Can we please pull out the box of mystery?
Mystery?
Dun, dun,
Oh, it is.
dun. Fumbles over here. Just dropped 8 things at once.
You are such a bully. I'm over here struggling. Yeah, look at fumbles over here. This is perfect.
Okay, we've got an item. In fact, you'll have an unfair advantage. I'll go ahead and give you the keys to cheating here. Going to KVJ TV will definitely help you out because we have got a camera that shines right in there. So you can go and check that out and see exactly what the item is. And not that it'll necessarily help you. Sometimes the items are so mysterious that you can look at it and be like, wait, what is that?
The box has been placed, Kevin.
Who's going?
I believe that I will go here today.
I really want you to explore the box. Really use the space.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's see exactly what we've got here in our mystery box. I'll come over here to Jaybird's microphone. Jaybird, you can go to the guest mic right there and use that one instead.
Oh, you don't want to let him come over to your mic and run the board?
It's probably better off we don't do that.
Hey, who put a nickel in you today?
It's inflation. It's a quarter.
All righty, here we go. We're going to pull up the... why don't you pull that thing up? We got a hole here. I cannot see what it is. It's going to be on my descriptions. I'll try to be as vivid as I can in my descriptions. We can see this on KVJ TV, whatever this is?
Yes.
This item? Okay. Putting my hand in here into the mystery box. Okay, I feel some felt cloth, almost like a band. The first thing that I think of, when you put blood pressure, when you take somebody's blood pressure, you
Like
know
a
that
cuff.
thing? Yeah, you know that cuff that they kind of... Yeah, and
That's good.
There's Velcro on this.
Very good. Your insides serve you well.
Okay. All right, so I'm feeling there is a cuff. There is Velcro. So
Is it moist?
No, it's dry like a cuff would be so far.
right.
I'm trying to feel around, see what else it is.
You
Okay.
don't know what it is either, Virginia, do you?
No, I have no idea.
Now we've got something else that is here that I've hit that is kind of rubbery. It feels just if you've ever had maybe like a stress ball that would be on it. And I think it's attached to whatever this cuffing device is.
You're really good at this game. You're very descriptive. You're better than anybody.
Well, I'm playing along. I'm trying to figure out exactly what this is.
You should talk for a living.
Oh, thank you, Virginia. Okay, so it's now as I'm squeezing this thing a lot because it is kind of like a stress ball. It's kind of fun, actually.
Okay.
I'm enjoying this.
do you have any idea?
Right now, I don't know what rubbery. Okay, now this is kind of interesting. Okay, so you've got the cuffing device, and it's this really rubbery, long cylinder type of shape. And
Is it phallic?
I'm getting to the end of it. And I believe this is the end. Yes.
Okay.
It feels like
Different game all of a sudden.
Feels like now all of a sudden where my fingers are like a spongy mushroom.
Oh, wow. That is quite
I feel like I've had my hands on that before.
Okay, I will tell you.
By the way, we're running out of items for this game. I just want to let you know that.
Who'd you get this from?
There's a story behind it.
There always is.
In length, I would guess that this orangey, squishy object is about 4 to 4.5 inches long.
It feels like an orange.
I can give you a hint. It has something to do with when we went down to Miami for the company we worked for. This was...
Was it something that you had to pass for employment?
It was an instrumental piece of equipment for somebody.
That was used in the passing of a test?
Possibly, yes.
Okay. All right. Ugh. All right.
You know what it is?
I think now I'm kind of getting an idea with all the contextual clues that we've had. All right.
Well, what do you think it is?
Okay.
Do you want to look and see?
I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to give it away. I got Brian Callen tickets. I just want to see if I was descriptive enough that somebody can tell me what exactly this was.
I think
Very
you were.
good.
Yeah, that was a good description.
All right. Well, I got to tell you, the comments in the chat room for KVJ TV are very entertaining. And yes, if you're trying to guess what's in the mystery box, you cannot read those because, wow, they knew right away. They could see what it was. That definitely gave it up.
You did a great job describing it.
Yeah, well, I wanted to try to help people out. I thought that possibly what's in there might be difficult. And Cal is on here from Wellington to tell us exactly what it was I was describing. I said it started off, felt like it was a cuff that might be on something that you would take blood pressure for. And then as I got out, there was something very squishy. And then I realized it was long and cylindrical, about 4.5 inches long. And it had a weird, squishy, mushroomy tip on the end.
I think that's what really sold it for you.
That's what kind of did it. Everybody, they kind of got it on that one. That's what it was. And apparently it was used to help somebody gain employment when we were going to our radio station in Miami that required us to take a certain test for employment. Cal, what do you think I had my hands on in the mystery box here today?
You, sir, have a Whizzinator in your hands.
A Whizzinator. Can you tell everybody who does not know what exactly is a Whizzinator?
It would be a fake jelly-like prosthetic penis with synthetic urine to pass said drug test.
Aha, that is correct.
My man got it down to the brand.
Yeah, he did.
I want to thank Jason for the hint that really helped out.
I'm sorry. Did I blow the game? I think I blew it.
You blew it last week, too.
I didn't think anyone was going to get it. Kevin was making it sound like it was real dirty. Well, don't feel bad, Kev. Only Denny's used that.
Only Denny's. Okay. All
And
right.
maybe someone else from the snack pack. But
So is that Denny's secret to gaining employment?
yeah, I don't want to speak for it, but yeah, our old company you had to pass a drug test to get in. If not, you did not get an employment.
I know that concerned a few people on the KVJ show.
Yeah, pretty much everybody.
It concerns some
Except
people.
you.
It except for the Boy Scout on the
Boy
show.
Scout.
And he ended up, I think he was abusing his privilege up until the night before the actual.
And he just walked in with that thing strapped on, and he's all good.
Passed with flying colors.
Oh, very impressive.
It's amazing.
Cal, we're going to hook you up with tickets to go see Brian Callen when he comes to the Palm Beach Improv this weekend, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys.
You are so welcome.
Yeah, that'll be a good show.
Gotta tell you, but Denny's is a bigger fan of Boca Raton today than he was yesterday. They've decided to join a number of nearby communities that allow medical marijuana dispensaries in city limits.
Okay.
They've banned them for the past 5 years, and they finally changed their tune, and now they're going to start getting them in Boca.
He needs all the good news he can get. He found out today that he actually has to call the police and make a police report.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, not just him got hacked, but his wife got hacked.
Something's going on where it's. If Denny's is talking about calling the cops, something's gone wrong.
Horribly wrong.
Right.
Yeah, I think we actually figured it out where he probably won't have to. So originally we thought maybe someone had cloned a plate, but I ran a plate that kind of looked like it in the picture, and it matched the vehicle that was in there. So I think they were off by just one number because it's a very blurry photo. So when I ran that plate, it came up with the exact same vehicle that was actually in the photo.
Look at Suits over here.
Wow, Suits.
Uh-huh.
So Denny's didn't get hacked?
No, it seems like they misread the plate and then sent it to the wrong person. It's off by just one letter.
So we're not going to the fuzz today?
I don't think so. I think we're good.
That's good.
Sweet Denny's was so nervous
But when I
before.
originally ran the plate, it came back as one of the cars that they have, and it was not it was a pickup truck in the photo. So at first I was thinking, man, how did somebody get his plate? But I think they just misread it.
Interesting. Well, thank goodness you're on the case, Suits.
Wow.
Glad to help.
Just for good measure, was Denny's going to wear the Whizzinator to the police station? Just in case?
Might not be a bad idea.
You never know.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth.
Ow, baby.
Well, I got a very weedy, whacked out news here today for you. Keeping on the theme with the Whizzinator we just had. A very smart group of Girl Scouts were standing out front of a cannabis dispensary in Chicago selling Girl Scout cookies, and apparently they were just flying through them. In January, the sale of recreational marijuana became legal in Illinois, and so people are just going gangbusters for the weed they can now get. And on their way out, they're like, of course I'll take, give me 80 boxes.
Oh, I can see someone really dropping a lot of money.
How smart is that? Now, I don't know if the Girl Scouts frown upon their troops standing out front of dispensaries selling the cookies that way, but I mean, you got to admit it's effective, right?
Yeah.
They do sell more when people are stoned. It's a fact.
Kind of genius. There's a guy in the U.S. that actually might like weed more than Denny's. I don't know if Denny's would do this, but this guy has just named his daughters after different strains. The couple named their first daughter, who was born October of 2018, Sativa. And their second daughter, who was born earlier this week, is named Indica.
Wow. I guarantee you that's not the first couple that's done that.
Are there a lot of... Is there any other Sativas or Indicas out there that are listening to the show right now? Kind of curious, just to find out.
Maybe in Okeechobee. I'm hearing Okeechobee is a hotbed for marijuana.
It is.
That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. All right. I'll take your word for it. Sounds good to me. There are people that are smart with the drugs, people that are not. There was a guy that was flying through rush hour traffic in Southern California doing 85 miles an hour. He had his wife and infant son in the car with him. And, 51 pounds of cocaine.
Oh, my.
Yeah, Border Protection agents were a little suspicious by his driving, and they pulled them over. And then, as they did, he and his wife hopped out of the car and started walking quickly away. That made them more suspicious. And that's when they...
We didn't just get out of that car.
Yeah. What do you mean? Here's a woman not so smart in Brevard County here in Florida. She just got arrested for hiding meth in a child's diaper. Yeah, they do actually check child's diapers.
Wow.
It's not the perfect hiding place, as you might think. This is interesting reaction from a guy who got drunk on a flight from London to Iceland last year. He threatened to kill the crew, which is kind of alarming on a plane.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it can make you feel a little uneasy.
That's terrible.
And if you thought maybe he was just spouting off and he wouldn't do something so crazy, to prove his point that he was that crazy, he started eating his cell phone.
I do start taking him seriously at that point.
How do we know he just didn't have the munchies like those guys that are buying the Girl Scout cookies?
Right. It really, I'm going to kill the crew. Yeah, sure, you're going to kill the crew. Oh, yeah? All right, you know what? This guy might kill the crew.
This guy's serious.
This guy's eating his phone.
He's going to do something off.
Yeah.
He does not have a right mind.
He started breaking off pieces of his smartphone and eating it. They decided at that point, maybe we should divert this flight. Let someone else handle him. They did. They turned him over to the professionals who dealt with him at that point. A dumb burglar in Tennessee dropped his notebook. It's nice he's taking notes. Unfortunately, he was taking notes on where else he was going to burglarize and the places he already had and exactly what he made out with. It's going to be really handy in a court of law.
You don't bookkeep if you're a burglar?
He made a log of all of his crimes and then left it at the scene of one of his crimes.
Big dummy.
You can be too organized.
You can. This is the one time that you don't keep records.
Oh, man.
It probably made him feel like he was important.
It probably made him feel like a real job.
It did.
Well, again, we've got another one of these fun parental fights at kids' activities. Two mothers got into a knockdown drag-out at a middle school in Michigan during their kids' dance recital.
It happens.
Yeah, apparently the kids don't get along anyway, and now the parents, of course, can't get along. And it got so crazy in this fight that the school was put on what they call soft lockdown, where they keep the students in classrooms.
Wow.
Only way to settle this thing is clearly a dance-off. That's the way dance battle, baby.
You'd think, yeah, maybe that's, no violence.
That's how they should handle it.
So far, neither woman has been arrested. Wait, what?
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying the mom should dance off.
Right, yeah, absolutely. I'm just surprised that nobody got popped.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised, too. So, yeah, you would think with that. So, that is your latest and all your idiocy in today's Whacked Out News.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
Talking about Denny's issue that he'd had with his license plate and getting fines that weren't even his. Somebody in Miami's just zipping through all the toll roads and going, yep, no problem. And then Denny's is getting the bill and found out had a little bit of a discrepancy on the number for the license plate. License plates can really mess you up if there's any kind of hijinks that's going on with it here in the state of Florida. So I was kind of looking here. I love these fun little tests here. Exactly what are the plates that have been banned by the state of Florida? These are ones that you cannot even get.
Because they're naughty words?
A lot of them are.
Like HRNY for you.
Yes.
Horny for you.
Yeah, you're right.
We know. You don't have to actually tell us.
Let me see if you guys can get some of these and tell me why they might be bad. Okay. We have, why has the license plate number P3N15 been banned by the state of Florida? Okay. I'll give you a second here to figure this out.
Because it looks like penis.
Let me see.
Yes, it does.
It does.
Kevin, that looks like a penis.
P3N15 is a number you cannot get on a license plate. Florida is hip to your funny little game, and they will not allow it.
But somebody got one through.
Yeah.
That's how they found out.
Probably. Yeah.
And for that person, we say congratulations for your creativity.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me see. We have got here, what about this one? 2BZ2PEE.
Too busy to pee.
Virginia's on this.
Wow,
she
you're
is good at
good.
this game.
Why is that offensive?
You might be too busy. I think it's.
I know.
We all been there.
I think Florida's wound a little too tight on some of these plates.
We can't. Come on, y'all. That's fun.
Okay. What about don't write this one down. Do you have a piece of paper?
Yes.
You do. Okay, Jaber, do you got paper over there?
I don't.
Okay. I'll give you a test on this one here.
Oh, Lord. He just knocked over the whole cup of markers and pens. Oh,
Yeah.
Chaos.
Oh, will you pipe down? My gosh.
Okay. Write this one down. This one has been banned by the state of Florida, this license plate here. SHTCRK. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Uh-huh.
I like
Okay.
it.
A couple other ones that people tried to get through that the state of Florida would not allow. Somebody tried to get TLYWKR as a vanity license plate in Florida.
Tallywhacker?
Yeah. They wouldn't allow that one.
We could say that on the radio.
I know. Yeah, they wouldn't allow that one. That one got shot down. This one got shot down. GR, the number 8, the letter N, BED.
Great in bed.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, Florida would not allow that one to go through.
Oh,
That got shut down.
that's no fun.
This would be a great one for Virginia. This, unfortunately, has been banned by Florida. IPASGAS.
I pass gas.
Yes, you do.
You can't do that one?
They will not allow I pass gas.
Oh, come on.
Come on, Florida.
At that point, it's just a public service announcement.
They will not allow B space YOTCH.
Beyond.
That one is not allowed by the state of Florida.
We love that one.
There's another one they shot down. It's license plate number FSTAZFK.
Fast as.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it said something else.
What'd you think it said?
I thought it said
A fist?
I thought it said that.
I know. But that's fun. Yeah, that'd be a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
They'd ban that one too.
Yeah. They won't allow this either. ZR0FKZ has been banned by the state of Florida.
I give 0.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yes.
They are not allowing that one. You cannot do the license plate FLASHUS. Flash us.
Flash us.
That is not allowed. They will not allow the license plate We Swing. That one is not allowed. Jeez.
That would be pretty handy for swingers, though. If they had that.
When you're out and about, the license plate says it all.
I think if you saw other swingers,
Yeah.
they'd be curious about that.
Yeah.
Why don't swingers put a bumper sticker on their car that says, "Hey, for a good time"?
Maybe they do. You don't know about that swinging lifestyle.
I don't.
EZLAY has been a banned license plate in the state of Florida. You cannot get that one. You cannot get CAML space TOW.
There is a towing company called
I know.
Camel Tow.
Right.
Brilliant.
That's their business.
They won't allow it. They're so uptight. And how uptight are you? They won't allow the license plate Big Turd.
Oh, come on. Taking all the fun.
They are just taking all the fun. I mean, come on. What fun is it
Who
anymore?
wouldn't want that?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Gosh. All right. A deep thought question from Jaybird and Denny's. I wonder what inspired this. What scares you more? How or when you're going to die? What? We'll get our thoughts next. All right. Deep thoughts here from Jaybird and Denny's. I'm not sure what the inspiration was, but they came up with a very thought-provoking question here.
Puff, puff, pass.
Just getting ready for the Weird Whatever podcast. We talk a lot about death.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you think it gets so weird, Virginia?
I don't know, but we're going to need the Wizinator after.
The question here is, what scares you more, how or when you're going to die?
That's a tough one, I think.
Okay. I would say for me, it would be a how. Because when your time is up, your time is up. I try to enjoy every day, have that mindset of saying, appreciate the time that you've had to this point. You don't know how much more you're going to have. And okay, so if it's over, it's over. There are a lot of people who live a long life that are just not getting the most out of their years. And there's people that live 30 years and get a lifetime's worth of fun out of it.
Would you want to know when you were going to die? Or
Yes.
I would not want to know.
I want to know when. I don't care to know how.
See, I think I want to know how. I don't think I want to know when. If I knew when, let's say it's in a year and a half, I'm not going to enjoy that year and a half, I don't think. I think I'd rather not know. Ignorance is bliss, I think, for that.
I'm scared a lot more of the how. I mean, if the question is what do you want to know or what scares you, what scares me more is the how.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of ways that I'm really fancifying dying that I'm like, yeah, cool. You know, to me, other than just laying in bed and you don't wake up and, you know, you just slip off into the night.
You don't feel it.
Right, of course. That's what I want. I want a pansy's death.
That's the dream.
That's what we all want.
Yeah.
Air conditioning in the house.
Yeah.
I feel like a heart attack hurts though. I feel like you panic and you know that it's painful and it's about to be lights out.
Yeah.
But you could do that with pretty much anything. Like Kevin's saying, I mean, drowning. Same thing.
Oh, drowning
That'd be terrifying.
is awful.
That'd be terrifying. Any kind of blunt force trauma that you could see coming would be terrible. Any kind of accident.
Torture chamber, murderer. I mean, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, there are definitely, you can set the bar on the absolute worst ways to die, and then you can go, and I just want that nice, genteel, comfortable, covers right temperature, soft music, family.
A diet pansy passing.
Well,
I do.
I always wanted just to lay in the woods, have it like 67 degrees with a nice warm blanket with monks around me, just kind of humming and singing. But what's the chance of that going to happen?
I mean, monks are expensive.
Well, I don't even know any monks.
I know a family named Monks.
Do you?
Yeah.
You know, I'm on a budget.
Maybe if they're not busy.
Those will work.
Yeah.
We know Monk in the Trunk. Those guys that make that beer. We can get
Mike and Tanya.
a few of them.
That's how I'd want to go, but the chances of me going that way are so small.
I know, and that's just it. That's why what scares me more is the how. The when, not as much. So that, to me, I think that's the easy answer to the question. The when,
I mean, I had a teacher that had a heart attack on his motorcycle driving.
Oh, my
And I'm just wondering.
Doesn't sound safe.
Would I want to know that? If someone said, here's the information, Bird, this is how you're going to go, would I want to know?
Where was he driving when he had the heart attack?
I-95.
On the motorcycle?
Yeah, it was rough.
Did he get run over?
It didn't work out. I don't want to go into details. It was rough.
Well, you started it. Now I got to know what the hell happened.
Sorry, sometimes I shouldn't say these stories.
You got to complete the circle for me.
Kevin, relax, man. I'm in here just telling my thoughts.
Yeah. You got a little too honest too fast. Okay, so I am a how. What scares me more, how or when you're going to die? I'm a how. What are you, Virginia?
How, yeah.
What are you, Jaybird?
How? I don't want to know when.
Yeah, I think that's...
I do want to know when.
So then you're a when.
Oh, boy.
Wait, what?
Either she's messing up the game or I'm messing up the game, Kevin. I'm not sure.
Well, it's two different questions. What scares you
I know, that's
more?
what I'm saying. I'm going with what scares you more. That was my question. That is the original question. Jaybird somehow has changed the question and massively confused everything that's going on here. To simplify, which I'm trying to do, but he's fighting against me, Virginia.
I just don't want to die, dog.
Kevin might kill you.
Now I'm starting to know how you're going to die, and it's about to happen now.
Your decision-making skills are on point. You're listening to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
Got some feedback, and not everybody agrees with what we were saying here on the question, what scares you more, how or when you're going to die? Somebody texted in and said, I want to know how, then I'll avoid it. See, that's not how the game works. You can't avoid it. It's going to get you. So if you know that you're going to be shot, then sorry. You can always try to run from anyone with a gun or not be around it, but when you least expect it, that's when kabammy, you get it. So that kind of shoots that one out of the water. No pun intended. Someone else said, I'd rather know when, because let's say you were told how and it said car crash, you would never be afraid to drive in a car. But if you were told you'll die at 80, you won't be afraid of anything, really.
Interesting.
So that was their thought on that. And somebody said that right now, because I have young kids, I am more afraid of when I'm going to die than how.
That's a good point.
But when they're grown up, it'll switch for me to more of how.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So
yeah, if you got kids.
When lets you prepare.
Yeah, I guess it does.
I always have a to-do list, so at least you can get all your to-dos done and then be like, all right.
That's why every day, Virginia, you got to live like you're dying.
Yeah, and if you did right away hear, okay, when, and they said 80, then you're like, okay, you know what? All right, so if I go horribly at 80, at least right now I've got decades before that happens.
Right.
What if you find out how? And it's like, Kevin, it's going to be masked man, axe.
Yeah, that really could affect me. You're right. That's because I was convinced. So honestly, Hal does scare me more.
Yeah.
It really does. I mean, if we're staying with that question, what scares you more? It's not what you would rather know. What scares you more? Hal scares me.
The question scares me more.
Teacher, I want to change my answer.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. So if you're playing a little round of puff, puff, pass or something that you can bring up and talk about. And that's why for us here in Palm Beach County, this storyline is very fascinating. And I was fascinated last year when the Washington Nationals played the Houston Astros for the World Series. Not only do they share the same spring training ballpark right here in West Palm Beach, the ballpark of the Palm Beaches, but it got a little bit more interesting when we found out about this cheating scandal around the 2017 Houston Astros World Series team. And there's a story today that's going to be interesting as the Nationals are showing up and the Astros are showing up today at the exact same place. That this scandal is out there because apparently the Nationals were tipped off about how bad the Astros were at cheating, and they countered all the cheating the Astros were doing, and that's why I thought for sure the Astros are going to beat the Nationals in the World Series.
For sure.
And the Nationals laid it on them and won the World Series, and I was shocked. And they say maybe the big reason is they were all prepared for the Astros cheating and how they did it. They had been tipped off, and they came up with their own way to remedy it. They say their pitchers had 5 different sign rotations, and they would use all this kind of stuff and different wristbands and things like that that would throw them off. So the Astros thought they had got their signals and signs, but they hadn't.
Rumors had gone on in the league. Players started hearing about how they were cheating, and all this stuff started going on in the background. And that's awesome that they did that to defend against them, because they probably wouldn't have won.
They say Alex Cora was key in that. Alex Cora was a guy that was bench coach with the Astros. He went on to the Red Sox last year and just got fired, Virginia, because of his involvement in the whole sign stealing scandal that happened. And just so you know how you are certain that the Washington Nationals were ready for the Astros cheating scandal, in 2017, when the Astros won the World Series, they were destroying everyone at home. But in the World Series that happened with the Nationals just last year, Washington won all 4 games in Houston. And that is why it was such a big difference.
Huh.
And what happened?
There's always been cheating in baseball. Oh, I mean, since back in the day, man.
Yeah.
There's been so many scandals. I just kind of accepted there's always going to be some kind of element of cheating in the game.
Yeah, I guess when you use electronic devices, that's when people were saying that's too much.
Think about I don't want to bore you. You know what? I'm not going to even tell this story. I was about to tell about the Black Sox scandal.
Nah.
Exactly. Shoeless Joe Jackson.
We're lucky we got this far with it, Jaybird. You're really pushing your luck.
You really are.
You know what I know about Shoeless Joe Jackson?
Yeah.
Quick, Kevin, talk about the Royals. The Royals are local right now.
Uh-huh.
The Royals?
Yeah. Markle?
He's thinking baseball. There's a team called the Royals, Virginia. We got 2 different kinds of...
News to me. There's a baseball
I let this segment
team.
go on way too long, clearly.
You made it so much more confusing by saying the Royals.
I had no idea there was a baseball team.
Other quick note for spring training. I'll keep this one simple. Tim Tebow. God loved Tim Tebow, right? And God does love Tim Tebow. He's going to be back in Port St. Lucie starting today with the Mets. And even though it sounded like a token invitation that the Mets were giving him this year, because last year he hit just 163 with 4 home runs when he's playing AAA Syracuse last year, he says that he's not giving up on the dream. Tim Tebow says, I never said that I'd make it or succeed, but I won't give up on this easy. So Tim Tebow is still determined to make the team and to play baseball as a professional baseball player this year.
Good for him. How old is he now?
He's got to be 34, right? 33?
He is, I'm guessing, 29, if I had to guess, and he is actually 32.
Okay.
And he just got married a couple weeks ago.
When do you age out?
It's a good question, Virginia. Now, if you're a bullpen pitcher, here's the...
Sorry I asked.
It's different for everybody. Your average person, probably. If you have a long career, I'd say you usually get out late 30s. But guys go into their early 40s, even some people into their mid 40s. In fact, there was a player named Satchel Paige, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll stop.
Kevin, make him stop.
Yeah. You keep asking him questions.
I know.
I want to punch myself.
It's kind of your fault. I'm like, all right, if you feel like you need to know, Virginia.
Satchel Paige.
You should Google Satchel Paige.
Okay, Bird.
Yes. Things that are not going to happen today.
And then monkeys will fly out of my butt.
Mm-hmm. You got a bra in Virginia?
Technically, no.
Technically, no.
I've got on Spanx.
You have on Spanx.
And they have like a top and a bottom. It's all one piece. But it's technically not a bra.
Okay.
There's no wire or support or apparatus for the tatas.
Do you think that there might be a day and time where we see the bra industry go away?
No, because I think you'll always have women with naturally big breasts that need help and support.
Okay.
So I don't see a day where it's going to completely go away.
Okay. But it might be less.
Yes.
I guess you could say.
So many women are having their implants taken out and going for a more natural, normal look that doesn't require a bra.
Okay.
You know, the smaller they are, the less need.
The story I saw today is there is apparently a hot new trend for women going braless at work. This is according to a career coach in New York City that says it's because workplaces have gotten more casual, women are more self-confident, and in the Me Too era, if someone noticed a coworker without a bra, they wouldn't feel like they had the right to say anything about it, so you couldn't call somebody out. So, yeah, so what? Oh, what are you doing? You're staring at my chest? You got a problem with it? No one's going to say anything, including, I guess, a boss who would say, hey, you need to be wearing a bra to work.
Yeah, you can't say that. You just can't.
Yeah. So that apparently is kind of ended it. So if you get up and you do not feel like wearing yourself a bra, you don't have to wear a bra.
Oh, if I was a woman, I would always have these things not in a bra form. I just feel like it would be. It does. I feel like it'd be. I remember my mom just going to Publix, and as soon as she'd get home from Publix, oh, I gotta take off my bra. Oh, it's really embedded into my skin. Like she hated wearing bras.
It's tough because especially if you have larger breasts, it pulls and it leaves marks on you, and it changes your shoulders because there's an indentation.
My mom had huge breasts. Oh, that sounded weird. I'm sorry.
Tell us more about your mom's delicious tatas.
I sounded terrible.
Yes.
Mom, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Mom.
Any other? How long would you want to go to more detail?
No, I'm just saying.
it?
No, I'm just saying it was a struggle for her because she had such big boobs and bras. Really, I just grew up. She didn't like the bra.
The bra is tough. The bigger they are, the tougher it is.
Mm-hmm. I would assume there's probably some professions as well where wearing a bra is something that's restrictive and you wouldn't want to. I'm wondering. Let's say, for instance, you are a medical doctor and maybe comfort and mobility is key. If you're a surgeon, would you want to wear a bra, or would it be like going, oh my gosh, I'm really trying to focus and I can't,
I feel like scrubs are very forgiving, so you could kind of hide the fact that you weren't wearing a bra under scrubs.
I'm trying to do brain surgery up in here. I want to take off my bra.
They be popping.
Yeah, but I would be doing my job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it just all goes back to the smaller the breasts, the less need for the bra. The larger the breasts, sometimes you got to like strap them in and keep them close, because otherwise you're trying to do brain surgery and now your right breast is like knocking the patient in the head.
Hitting him right in his...
That's not good. You're trying to like fix their brain and your tata is messing things up.
You're right. It hits the scalpel.
Yeah, they get in the way. And sometimes they have to be like strapped up and back.
Okay, so you're thinking that it's going to be good, huh? As far as the bra industry. Somebody texted in and said right now 2/3 of women are overweight or obese, and until that decreases, then you're not going to see a decline in bra purchases.
So if you're obese or if you have weight to you, wouldn't you want no bra? Wouldn't you want to let those things fly?
Not necessarily, because they're going to be bigger and looser, and you're going to feel like they're out there flapping in the wind.
Did my mom confuse me with this whole thing?
Oh, your mom
She
definitely
did.
confused you.
I mean, you sound real confused.
Yeah.
Not just about this.
Yeah, there's a lot of confusion that your mom has shared with you.
Mom, what kind of info you giving me here?
Yeah.
You've been sold a lot of lies.
A whole lot of lies. Coming up here in a couple minutes, this is a interesting little challenge here on the best fictional characters based on their profession. Like, who would you say is the best fictional doctor?
Oh.
Best fictional doctor. You've got so many medical shows.
So many.
That have been on there, from Grey's Anatomy. You could say Grey.
You got
Clooney from back in the day.
Yeah.
Can't get no love for Doc Brown. Back to the Future.
Yeah, that's true.
Doctor of what? I guess he would be a doctor.
He's a scientist.
PhD.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
Doc-
thinking medical doctor.
Doc, all right. So
Kevin does not want to give you credit.
I don't. Yeah.
He's a doctor. Doc Brown. Marty. 1.21 gigawatts.
I don't think he's a
Dr.
medical
Quinn,
doctor.
Dr.
Yeah.
Quinn. That counts.
Medicine woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss.
None of his doctors are medical doctors. They're all doctors of Goofy. Dr. J, Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Dre.
That's his doctors.
This is the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF. The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
Hello, is this Mr. Brian Callen?
This is Mr. Brian Callen. How are you?
Mr. Brian Callen, welcome to our little show here.
Thank you very much. It's not little. This is the mother of all shows.
That is grandiose of you. Thank you very much for that. That's
I
very
like,
nice.
I like to come at you with a good attitude. I'm wearing blue shorts right now. I'm on the set of my TV show. That's how I roll.
Set the scene for me and talk slowly and sexy.
Here it is. I'm doing an ABC. It's a show called School, which is a spin-off of the Goldbergs. I play a gym teacher.
Yes.
And I got very tight shorts on right now.
Yes.
I can't breathe. I'm having trouble breathing. So there it is. I'm not allowed to be around high schools with these shorts on.
Hey, can you be on primetime network television in those kind of shorts?
Barely. I push the limits, especially when I eat fruit slowly.
Oh,
It's
yes.
part of my character description.
Do you do any kind of prep work to put on those shorts so that they put you in a more generous light? I think a lot of guys know what I'm talking about.
I hold a deep squat, and that's what I'm doing right now. And I use bands to tie things down.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's an expert, right? That's a TV trick, as for anybody who doesn't know.
Dude, anything for the art. Anything for the art. Let's put it that way.
How to Make Your Johnson Look Large in Tight Shorts on Network Television by Brian Callen.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is.
Brian Callen live. Check him out. He's also got the Fighter and the Kid podcast. You are one of the top biggest iTunes podcasts on planet Earth. So if you get turned on by just hearing his voice right now, you can really go deep in that podcast and do whatever you want to yourself while you listen to that, and then you can see him live at the Improv.
I like that. That's a good standoff right there.
All right. Well, Brian, we'll let you get back to your fun TV project that you got going on, and we'll see you at the Improv this weekend. Okay, my friend?
I got to go back to making believe. I'll see you this weekend. Thank you.
All right. Love you, buddy. Take care, man.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF. Do you want to watch the KVJ Show live or on demand? Find us on youtube.com/KVJ Show.
All right. This is the best of fictional characters that are out there. We're talking just a second ago, best fictional doctor. And I'll allow, if you have doctor in the title, then you can go ahead and throw that in. It doesn't have to be just a medical doctor. Jaybird loves Doc Brown. That was the one that he mentioned. I'll say Doogie Howser is a pretty solid one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that is one of my favorites. Do you have one, Virginia? If you had to say, who is your best fictional doctor?
I think Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
Okay. That's your
That's
favorite.
my favorite, yeah.
Okay.
We used to like Dr. Huxtable, but not no more.
Huxtable. Oh, you're
Huxtable.
right.
Yeah, it's tough to say.
Huxtable.
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 Yeah. Okay. Next category here. Who is the best fictional police detective?
Ooh, this is a good one.
Okay. Mine is Columbo. I'm going to go Columbo on that. Love his style. My dad used to watch that all the time.
Denny's watches that on DVD sometimes. It actually kind of depresses me.
It does.
Yeah, because I hate Columbo. He's like, oh, you got to watch this episode.
Then you really don't have to watch it. Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna-
like and Monk. I think those are my two favorites, but I think Columbo's the original, so those are my two favorites. Do you have a favorite police detective?
I don't know. I like that Mariska Hargitay. I don't know the name of the character she plays, but isn't she on that Special Victims SVU?
She might be. I don't know all those shows. They really confuse me. Yeah, I'm not sure who's what. What about you, Jay Bird?
I'm going to go detective, either Morgan Freeman or Brad Pitt from the movie Seven.
Okay, all right.
I thought they did a great job. Or you also have True Detectives on HBO. They got some good detectives on that.
They have. Yeah, that was a good one, too.
Woody Harrelson does a fine job.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Season 1 is the one to watch on the HBO special.
Can I get an amen for Denzel Washington in the movie Ricochet? It's a great movie.
He's good.
It's a great movie.
He's good. I think it was The Enforcer the other day. I was watching that. Those movies are good, too. Denzel's great. Who's the best fictional teacher / principal?
You got
Rooney.
You've got Rooney in there. You've got Mr. Han.
Yeah.
Or Han.
Yeah, Mr. Hand would be for teacher. Mr. Rooney would be for principal for me.
We need some love for...
Mr. Rooney from Ferris Bueller and Mr. Hand from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
What about Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World? Y'all too old for Boy Meets World. Y'all don't know about
Would
that.
Mr. Belding be in there for principal for you? Saved by the Bell?
You got to put him in there.
Okay, those are the best. What about the best fictional sports figure? Who gets that?
Happy Gilmore.
He's definitely one of them. I'd probably say Rocky is mine.
Rocky Bird. Yeah,
Yeah.
Rocky.
What about the Karate Kid?
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, you're slacking.
Karate sports, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. And then I got an honorable mention for Jimmy Chitwood from the movie Hoosiers.
That is good.
Jimmy Chitwood.
Jimmy don't miss, Virginia. We got to get Jimmy on the team.
And you got to run the picket fence. But
Yes.
don't get caught watching the paint dry, Virginia. I love throwing out references. Virginia has no idea what we're talking about.
Not a
He
clue.
looks so
Yep.
confused.
That's just my face.
Best fictional musical act. Who do you got? Best fictional musical act.
You've got...
I got a few. My honorable mention, I'll give you my honorable mention first. Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
My favorite fictional musical act is Sexual Chocolate.
Oh, that's so good.
Sexual Chocolate. That boy's good. That boy's good.
I'm going to go with The Wonders from That Thing You Do.
Whoa, okay.
I noticed Virginia's awfully quiet. Oh, that's because she hasn't seen a movie since 1995.
The Smurfs, they have a great band.
You could do Emmett Otter Joke Band, Chris.
Oh, yeah, Emmett Otter.
Okay. And
Or the River Bottom Nightmare Band.
River Bottom Nightmare Band.
a little bit more heavy metal. And final one, best fictional pastor. Who do you have?
The Reverend Pimp Daddy from Mo Money, Mo Money.
Okay. That's so good. That was tough for me. The only one that really popped up in my mind was Footloose.
Oh, you also have Arsenio Hall from Coming to America.
Oh, that's right.
He's the best.
He is
He's
the best. Yeah. When Gilligan got off the island. Yes, okay. There you go. Thank you. A lot for Coming to America. About time to fire up that After the Show podcast. It's going to be live on YouTube here in just about 10 or so minutes. You can check it out live if you go there. If not, you can get it anytime on demand, too. Just listen to the KVJ Show podcast apps. You get the regular KVJ show without music and commercials, and then you dial in the last 30 minutes to get the After the Show podcast. You'll hear content material that you are just not going to hear otherwise on the radio. It's an easy way for you to check it out. All right, Jay Bird, if you would wrap us up today with your thought.
Simple and short, this one is. Very
Are we talking about the thought?
No, we're talking about the man.
All right. Can I get positive, please?
You're right, okay.
Every exit is an entry somewhere else. Ah.
Okay.
Are we talking about your backside? Bird.
There are places you can go where it'd be an entry. Well,
you
like I
doing
said,
this on purpose?
you are leaving me with a lot to think about. Thank you. Yes.
Want to find the KVJ Show on social media? Just search KVJ Show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.